FM and HD Boston 98.5, the Sports Hub. Easily Media Group station.
This is Boston Bruins hockey, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V, available at your local New England Honda dealers. The Bruins are brought to you by VA New England, Granite City Electric GCE Nitrate, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Coors Banquet, your New England Ford dealers, Live Nation, Peerless Boilers, Safety Insurance, and by Shaw's and Star Market.
2 seconds, 1 second, it's over. The Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
And by Town Fair Tire, TD Bank, your Boston area Nissan dealers, Charles D. Sheehy, Ticketmaster, Dairy Queen, Bosch Tools, Hub International New England, McGovern Auto Group, Timberline Construction, the Peterson School, your Eastern Region Lexus dealers, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
From TD Garden in Boston, it's Bruins hockey as tonight the Bruins return home from their 5-game road trip and try to right the ship as they welcome in the Eastern Conference leading Washington Capitals. Great to have you with us, along with Bob Beers. I'm Ryan Johnston. Tonight's storylines are brought to you by your Boston area Chevrolet dealers. Get a closer look at Chevy's award-winning lineup at your New England Chevy dealer and find exciting offers on the powerful Silverado and feature-packed all-new Equinox. Well, on Saturday night, Bruins fell 2-1 to the Detroit Red Wings. That loss capping off an 0-5 road trip. Boston nearly tied it in the final seconds, but Casey Middlestad's chance stopped by Cam Talbot to preserve the win for Detroit. Bruins interim head coach Joe Sacco now hoping his team can dig deep tonight and find a way to end what's now an 8-game losing streak.
I think it's about getting our mindset focused to obviously win a hockey game, number one, as a group, and how we go about doing it within the process, but also the part about, the pride and the privilege. I've talked about those two things, and I think that's huge for our guys. There's a lot of opportunity here for some of our players that have come up now, players from different teams, so there's the opportunity factor, but then there's the pride. Right, the pride of being a Boston Bruin, the pride of being a good teammate, trying to obviously win hockey games, and the privilege to play in this league. You can't take it for granted. You just can't. You never know in this league, how things work out, and I think those two things are real important for our guys. But we want to play a good hockey game. I thought that in Detroit. We played a pretty good hockey game for the most part, and that's what we want to see. We're looking for effort. We're looking for guys to play with pride and understand the privilege that it is to play in this league.
Yeah, at this point of the season, and when you look at, just these lineups on paper, the Bruins is, heavy underdog against the Washington Capitol team that's stacked and is number one here in the East. But against any team that they're playing right now, and Joe Sacco emphasizing the pride and privilege part of it, he's also talked about how the game can be very humbling if you don't show up to work every day. I think you can swallow a couple of the losses at this point of the season with the lineup that you have. And it's no disrespect to the guys that are down. It's not the lineup that you expect, a Bruins team to have on the ice and be competitive at this point of the year in fighting for a playoff spot. But I think that if the effort is there, you don't want to see the 6-2, 7-2 games.
Right.
And the games where you crumble. Where goal gets scored on you and the shoulders just sag, and the next thing you know, there's two more in the back of the net. Even if it's a bad goal, wherever the mistake is made, whether it's a net or whether it's a defense, whether it's a forwards or whether it's a combination of the three, you can't have the shoulder sag and the body language creep in and then give up another one and another one. And all of a sudden you're way behind. You're not going to catch up with the way that you're built. You just don't score a lot of goals. So, you've got to play really hard defensively. You got to really play hard at all ends of the ice. But when you don't have that puck, it's got to be just hard defending and hard to play against. And too many times when things have gone wrong for the Bruins, they have not been hard to play against. They've gotten softer to play against. And I thought against the Red Wings, they responded. They had a good, solid game against Detroit, a desperate team in the Red Wings trying to make the playoffs. And you don't get the result that you wanted, but I think you can live with that game a lot more than maybe some of the other ones we've seen.
Yeah, there were basically two competitive games on that trip, and the games in L.A., even the game against Anaheim, really kind of get out of hand there late in that game. And
yeah, right. I think that some of the other games were competitive as well. They were
for a while,
manageable games, but then they got away from them. That's my whole point. That that you're in games for a little while, and then once something doesn't go your way, that's when it snowballs in the wrong direction. So, being able to stick with it and having that work ethic, it's not always going to be perfect, but having that work ethic, when the game is close, and then continue to have the work ethic if something goes wrong within a game.
Well, to that point, Joe Sacco says he's not expecting his team to be perfect as long as they're putting in that work.
I think I see guys that was this solid effort. Listen, we're going to make mistakes. We have a roster that's a little bit changed over the course of time. So, and then mistakes happen anyway, but we're going to make some mistakes. We can live with mistakes. I can live with mistakes as long as the effort's there night in and night out. There's always games or moments during games where you're not going to play well. It happens to the best teams too. But if we're playing with the effort that we're asking for, we have no issues.
Coming out of that trip, Bruins have just 7 goals in their last 5 games. Their lone goal on Saturday night came on the power play. Morgan Geekie deflecting in David Pastrnak pass from the slot. His 5th goal in the last 6 games. Also gave the Bruins top power play unit goals in back-to-back games. And Geekie said they're focusing more on trying to get pucks to the net.
Just a shot first mentality. I think we tried a few different spots and try to get a new look, and we'll just see if we can keep building off that, get a few more opportunities, and take that into the next game.
That was a high-end play. It was a high-end pass from Pastrnak right in the middle there for Geekie to tip that puck home, and a high-end tip as well by Geekie. He had to go between the legs in order to do it. So that was good to see the power play get on the board. Those two continue to produce, whether it's Pastrnak or whether it's Morgan Geekie. Pastrnak came back with a stronger game after a couple off nights for him, and certainly by his standards against the Kings and Anaheim. And Pastrnak was much more involved's the wrong word, because he's usually involved in one way, but he was impactful in that game against Detroit, and at least creating good opportunities for his line mates.
Well, tonight the Bruins will face off against the Washington Capitals and Alex Ovechkin, who just needs 5 more goals to break Wayne Gretzky's all-time goal-scoring record. Joe Sacco spoke yesterday about what it's been like to coach against Ovechkin through the years.
Working in this league for a while now and having the opportunity to oversee the penalty kill a lot of those years, some nightmares for sure. I think with him on the power play, a guy that you have to pay close attention to over the years, especially in his spot over there in the elbow. Yeah, I think that's the one thing that jumps out to me is just his consistency and the ability to still be able to produce after all these years, knowing that you put a game plan in place to try to stop that.
Yeah, it's the ones where you know where he's going to be, you know what he's going to do, and he still gets the shot off and is still in the back of the net. He's been able to do it for years. His game has changed. His game has evolved. It had to. He was, earlier in his career, he would run you right through the glass. He carried the puck a lot through the neutral zone. He was on the attack a lot. He scored goals off the rush. Now it's a little bit more once you're in zone where he's scoring the goals. He's not carrying the mail, through the neutral zone. He's not finishing as many hits in that offensive end. If he can, he will, but it's not, he's going to have a little bit more trouble getting there, but he's adapted his game and continued to produce, and I think that's the most amazing thing about it.
Well, for the Bruins tonight, one roster note. Jeffrey Viel has been called up from Providence since they played on Saturday. He did go through warm-ups today. We'll wait and see on the official word when we get the lineups if he's going to be in tonight for Joe Sacco. Coming up here on the Bruins pregame show, we'll go around the NHL, including Jim Montgomery's Blues, trying for their 10th straight win.
It's very impressive. It's the end of 10 and 17 games. We went 9-1. We lost the first one. It's very impressive what we're doing right now.
We'll hear more from head coach Joe Sacco about tonight's matchup.
They play to their team identity, which is a big team that's heavy, that checks well, just makes life hard on you because they use their size effectively, whether it be on the forecheck or even in their own zone.
And up next, we'll talk about tonight's opponent, the Washington Capitals.
The chip of a shot from the left point. The Great H has 890 goals.
That's all coming up here on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
It's time to start a healthy relationship with your money. With Navigant Credit Union, there are no hidden fees, great interest rates, and support that puts you first. Make the switch today. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Man, that was easy.
Bulldog Rotary Hammer!
Hello?
It is I, He-Man, your inner Bosch.
Inner...
Bosch!
I'm sorry, what?
That powerful feeling you get when you can powerfully blast through concrete. Say it with me.
What, like right now?
Yes! We have the power!
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
The Shaw's and Star Market Foundation's Feeding the Puck for Families donation campaign has helped raise over $25,000 this hockey season. Every time Boston's hometown hockey team feeds the puck to help score a goal, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate funds to end hunger here in our local communities. With each assist, the foundation will enable a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank, up to $50,000 to help end hunger. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Builders, remodelers, and homeowners, listen up. Partner with one of the most trusted, independently owned lumberyards and showrooms around, Cape Cod Lumber and CCL Homescapes. Swing by our newly renovated CCL Homescape showroom, featuring the H3 window from Sierra Pacific Windows, where you can choose from 50 exterior colors and 8 interior wood species that'll stand up to our harsh New England weather for years to come. Only from Sierra Pacific Windows. Call or text us at 781-878-0715 or visit cclco.com. Sierra Pacific and CCL. Nobody's ever built a window like this before. CCL, 100% employee owned and operated.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
They haven't had a game like this all season. 5 should have been enough, but it's not. The Buffalo Sabres on the back half of 2-2 come into the district and hang an 8-5 loss on the Eastern Conference leaders.
Sounds of a rare loss for the Washington Capitals, who are in town to take on the Bruins tonight. Caps with 103 points on the season. They've been the best team in the Eastern Conference this year, and they've done it amidst the pomp and circumstance of Ovechkin trying to chase down Wayne Gretzky's goal-scoring record. He's 5 goals from breaking the record with 9 games to go on their schedule. Head coach Spencer Carberry, though, says his team is not getting lost in the hype.
I don't think it really changes. Like we've been dealing with more people on the plane, more cameras around, more people are mic'd up every game on the board. I just, it doesn't really, obviously we're not oblivious to it, but I don't think once the puck drops, it doesn't change a thing that we do.
Yeah, I guess it only changes maybe if there's an empty net situation, because they're always looking for him in an empty net situation. I mean, you can't let it. I mean, they're at a point now where, they're pretty comfortably in first place and they're most likely going to finish there here in the East. So they can afford to be a little distracted if it does come into that locker room. But the wins kind of take some of that away, and Ovechkin's play takes some of that away. You don't have to force feed him all the time because he's going to get his opportunities. He always does. What did he have last game for chances and shots? I think he had 14 shot attempts last game. So he's going to get his opportunities. You know that. But this team is built right now. They're deep. They're a deep team that can come at you a lot in waves. They've got 6 guys that have scored 20 goals plus. They've got another one in Pierre-Luc Dubois, who's got 19. That would make 7 20-goal scorers. They spread it out. It's not just one line that does it. It's not just Ovechkin that does it offensively. Chychrun just got his 20th the other day with a pair of goals. So this is a team that can really spread it out and come at you in waves. And that's where the Bruins, I think, have to be most prepared here today. Your top line and Zacha's line can match up, I'm sure, against most of the lines that Washington has. But some of those other lines have to be on point here today. And the defense, obviously, against this Capitals team. Who can score.
And the Caps are going to add a new face to their lineup. Amherst Mass native Ryan Leonard led all college players with 30 goals in 37 games this season at BC. Official of the Capitals, who drafted him 8th overall in 2023. Leonard set to make his NHL debut tonight in front of his friends, family, and his BC teammates here at TD Garden.
My dream come true. Meeting all the guys, and really looking forward to tonight. I mean, it's going out there for a morning skate and just thinking about being here at BC, and then now turn the page and being a pro. So, I mean, it's pretty weird to think about, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, going from a disappointment at BC in the way that they lost and knocked out of the tournament, but all of a sudden wearing a different jersey and back here at home and playing against the Bruins. I mean, it's talk about a dream come true. That's amazing. There's been a lot of rumors. They wanted him to come last year, and he decided to go back to BC for another year. So, that's how highly they think of Leonard. Looking forward to watching him. He did the skate here all by himself. He was the first guy out on the ice. did a couple twirls around, a couple shots, said hello to his BC teammates who were down at the glass, it looked like, and then the rest of the Capitals came out. So excited to see him play here in a Capitals uniform.
Yeah, in the space of a couple days, you go from playing in the NCAA tournament to being out to dinner last night with Alex Ovechkin here in Boston. Well, the Bruins and the Capitals coming up. We'll get a check of the Sports Hub headlines next, and then we'll be back to go around the NHL here on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins radio network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You manage your business, we'll manage your finances. With Navigant Credit Union's cash management services, you'll boost efficiency and enhance performance. From collections to disbursements, it's the expertise you didn't know you needed. Try Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
No luck is needed at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Your oil change is always complete in about 15 minutes, always appointment free, and you'll never have to leave your car. It's always your lucky day. Plus, did you know all services are stay in your car? From wiper blade replacements to tire rotations to AC services, they can do it all while you relax in the comfort of your own vehicle. Go to newenglandoilchange.com to save 15% off your next visit. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of Lucky Days.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Tracks.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV. Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues.
Wherever the year takes you, explore it together in the Chevy of your choice. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
Football's back with New England Flag Football. The NEFFL has football leagues at 20 locations across Mass for boys and girls ages 3 to 15. Late registration closes April 4th at newenglandflagfootball.com. Whether you're a small, medium, or Fortune 100 company, NetSuite by Oracle is the leading cloud ERP, bringing accounting, financial management, inventory, and HR into one platform. NetSuite provides real-time insights and forecasting, allowing you to peer into the future and seize new opportunities. Grow profitably with NetSuite. Download the CFO's Guide to AI and Machine Learning for free at netsuite.com/Celtics. That's netsuite.com/Celtics.
Felger and Maz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
It was announced today that the Red Sox and starter Garrett Crochet agreed to a 6-year, $170 million contract extension. The deal starts in 2026 and will run through 2031. There is an opt-out in 2030. Down at the NFL owners' meetings in Florida, Patriots owner Robert Kraft announced today that Bill Parcells will enter the Patriots Hall of Fame as a contributor. A few rule changes were being discussed at the owners' meetings, including the potential ban of the tush push. That, however, was tabled and will be rediscussed in May. Other NFL news, it was announced that there will be 3 Christmas Day games after last year's successful doubleheader. First 2 games of the day will once again be on Netflix, with the third at night being on Amazon. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Valvoline. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com for 15% off your drive-through oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Kevin Majori. Ryan Johnson and Bob Beers take you around the NHL next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins radio network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Sitting in the driver's seat of the all-new Nissan Kicks is like the best seat in the house. You're in the action. And with the all-new Nissan Kicks all-wheel drive, you can go find the best views. And with the 10-speaker Bose Personal Plus audio system, you can hear everything. Your new wheels await. Reimagine your ride with the reimagined all-new Nissan Kicks.
Now, Nissan offers 6 vehicles with starting manufacturer-suggested retail price under $30,000. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. Available on Nissan Altima, Kicks, Leaf, Rogue, Sentra, and Versa. All prices are manufacturer-suggested retail price, MSRP, for base models. MSRP excludes destination and handling charges, tax, title, license, and options. Dealer sets actual prices.
DQ presents Picture This. Picture your favorite DQ treat, like a Blizzard treat, cone, shake, dilly bar, or peanut butter parfait. Now picture your favorite DQ treat right where it belongs. Your hand. Get a real DQ treat today. DQ, happy tastes good.
For nearly 4 decades, WellPoint has proudly provided health coverage to Massachusetts residents through the Group Insurance Commission. If you're insured through the GIC, WellPoint offers a variety of plan options to meet your needs with comprehensive medical benefits. Based right here in Massachusetts, WellPoint is committed to supporting state and municipal employees and their families who serve our Commonwealth. WellPoint is here for your whole health, physical, mental, emotional, and social well-being. To learn more, visit wellpoint.com.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Pilot, 1.99% APR on a 2025 Ridgeline, or a 2.99% APR on a 2025 CR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
Back at TD Garden, where the Bruins take on the Washington Capitals tonight, and we take a look around the NHL, the other action, including Lane Hudson and the Canadiens, who lead the wild card race by percentage points over the Rangers tonight. Montreal hosts the Florida Panthers.
They're a great team, so you want to try to match their intensity, and they give us a really good game every time. So luckily, the results have gone our way.
Yeah, Hudson is a guy that's going to be considered for Rookie of the Year coming up here. He was the Rookie of the Month just named. These two teams just went at it recently. Did you see what Mikkola did, shooting that puck with only a second or two to go, and he fired it, almost hit David Savard, the defenseman for the Montreal Canadiens. It drew a crowd of Canadians as the game came to an end. Also got him a $5,000, I believe it was $5,000 fine for Mikkola in that one.
Buffalo Sabres visit the Ottawa Senators. Ottawa's won 10 of their last 15.
Yeah, expected to be without Brady Tkachuk in this game.
Blue Jackets 2 points out of a playoff spot. They'll host Nashville tonight. The Tampa Bay Lightning take on the New York Islanders on the back end of home and home. Tampa won on Saturday, and Anthony Cirelli and the Lightning nearly blew a 4-goal lead.
Just details slipped there in that third. You got to give them credit. They didn't quit. They kept playing, throughout the whole game, and we just got to be a little bit better and a little bit more focused kind of in that third there of just kind of playing the same way.
Yeah, on a collision course right now with the Florida Panthers. Tampa Bay and Florida tied it with 91 points apiece. Toronto has 94, so still very catchable there. Toronto's won 2 in a row. Tampa's won 3 in a row coming into tonight.
The Detroit Red Wings are in St. Louis to take on Jim Montgomery's Blues, who have won 9 in a row.
We protect ice really well. I mean, we gave them the outside, and we collapsed it in net well. We won the battles. It's very impressive. It's the end of 10 and 17 games. We went 9-1. We lost the first one. It's very impressive what we're doing right now.
Yeah, good on Monty. He's got them in a playoff spot right now. 87 points for the St. Louis Blues. They only trail Minnesota by 1. Calgary, though, not going away. They've got 82, so 5 points behind them. And Calgary does have 2 games in hand coming into tonight.
Speaking of the Flames, they're in Utah tonight to take on the Hockey Club. Oilers and the Golden Knights will get together in Vegas, where Golden Knights have won 6 straight.
That's a big boy matchup there, and I believe Connor McDavid expected to be back.
Winnipeg and LA is another big boy matchup out in the West. They get going at 10:30 tonight, and the Sharks will visit Anaheim. We'll talk with Joe Sacco coming up next as we get ready for Bruins and Caps on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
McGovern Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Newton and Acton, where car buying is made easy. We have a great selection of new and used vehicles and are committed to providing amazing customer experiences. If Jeep makes it, we have it. From small to large with various seating, cargo, performance, and off-road capabilities. Trucks? Check out Motor Trend's Truck of the Year for 2025, the Ram 1500, the most luxurious Ram 1500 ever. Visit McGovernCJDRDealers.com to browse online inventory in Newton or Acton. McGovernCJDRDealers.com.
Oh, this Bosch miter saw really is smooth. Feeling smooth. Who said that? It's your inner Bosch, baby. I'm that Scooby-Doo-Bebop smooth feeling you get when you make smooth cuts with that moobity-mibbity-mibbity-mubbity miter saw. So I'll just keep ski-bop sawing then? Now you're getting it. Beep-bop-beat-up-wow, miter saw is my favorite.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
It's time to start a healthy relationship with your money. With Navigant Credit Union, there are no hidden fees, great interest rates, and support that puts you first. Make the switch today. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Hi, welcome to the IKEA Spring Sale. How can I help?
Oh, hi. It's time for spring cleaning, and I need a total refresh.
Perfect. Huge savings in store and online can help you refresh for less. Save up to 50% off on hundreds of select outdoor, garage, bathroom items, and more.
Oh.
Plus, loyalty members can save an extra 10% on select sale items.
Wow. Now I won't have to spring break the bank.
Shop the IKEA Spring Sale March 18th through April 21st.
Offer valid 3/18 to 4/21/25. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary. See store and ikea-usa.com/spring sale for details. Restrictions apply.
Hi, I'm Mary Dean, President and CEO of Clinton Savings Bank. Stop by and see how we go beyond banking or visit clintonsavings.com.
Member FDIC, member DIF.
Baseball is back, and watching the Red Sox has never been easier. NESN 360 is now available at just $20 a month paid annually. And for a limited time, you'll receive 4 free tickets to Fenway Park with your purchase. Sign up today at NESN360.com/tickets.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5thesportshub.com.
Our pregame interview with Joe Sacco is brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety. We'll help you manage life's storms. Well, as you guys get set to take on the Capitals, just go back quickly to Saturday night's loss in Detroit, 2-1, one of the closer games we saw on this road trip. You guys had a chance to get it tied there right down to the end. What improvements did you see in that game versus what we had seen through most of the trip?
I think that we were able to hang around, obviously, for the whole game, whereas games before, we've played well in spurts or in moments during those games. We weren't able to sustain the full 60 minutes. But in Detroit, we did. I thought that we responded well physically to the game, especially early on. I thought that our commitment to checking was, for the most part, was pretty solid. We did a good job of eliminating a lot of grade A chances. You know, we kept them down in that area. So to me, when you're doing that, you have a commitment to your checking game. You know, you're going to give yourselves a chance to compete most nights. Obviously, we'd like to drive a little bit more offense, but, you know, sometimes that's a challenge that we have right now.
You mentioned you had that opportunity 6-on-5 in the last 10 seconds. Middlestat gets one taken away from him. What did you think of your team's push there at the end, particularly after you pulled the goaltender?
I thought it was good. I thought we had 2 good looks. Obviously, that one with Middlestat. The other, we had one other look where we went into the bumper. But the guy just got his stick on it. So the attack mindset was where it needed to be, getting pucks to the net. Sometimes we like to hold on to it on the perimeter a little bit too much instead of attacking, getting the puck to the inside to the slot or the net front. And we did a better job of that on that 6-on-5.
Mentioning that almost goal by Middlestat, he kind of burst out of the gate when he first got here. It's been a little quieter numbers-wise since then. What have you thought of his overall game as you have experimented with him in a few different spots?
Well, I think he's getting adjusted to still the change. I think that it's been a number of games now, so he should feel comfortable as far as how we're playing within the systems. And then the execution piece is something that, you know, obviously we'd like to see him be more dangerous. I've talked to him, too, about shooting more. You know, he has a tendency, obviously, to hang on to pucks well, but overpass at times, too. He's a pass-first player, there's no question. But also, I think he can put some more pucks and get them directed towards the net for his line mates, too. We've talked about that, and something that he can build into his game, hopefully.
You mentioned some of the physicality in the early portion of the game the other night. Jacob Lauko steps up and fights a guy who's a lot bigger than he is. You know Lauks from his first go-around here, but what does a guy like that bring to the table, both on the bench, in the locker room, and on the ice?
Well, he brings a level of energy to our group that we need. He's vocal on the bench. He's vocal, around the room. He's obviously comfortable in his own skin being here the second time around now. And, he works hard, Jacob. He goes out there, he competes, he works hard, and that's all you can ask. And to bring that energy level up, especially when he's on the bench. He's a guy that doesn't play as many minutes as our top players, so he has ability to make sure that we're into games, that guys are alert on the bench, whatnot. Just bring that energy to the bench as well.
Tonight, you guys get the Washington Capitals, best record in the Eastern Conference. Biggest challenge that they bring to the table against you guys?
I think it's probably their heaviness to the game. They're heavy on pucks. They have good sticks. Time and space is limited in the defensive zone because they play more of a man-on-man coverage. But having said that, if you can, beat your guy one-on-one, you're going to have some opportunities to get it inside. But I would say it's just their identity, their size. They play to their team identity, which is a big team that's heavy, that checks well, that, just makes life hard on you because they use their size effectively, whether it be on the forecheck or even in their own zone.
And obviously a lot of focus on Ovechkin right now as he's trying to chase down Gretzky. What do you have to be aware of every time he's on the ice?
Yeah, you just have to know where he is. Like, nothing's really changed in that regard. He's a guy that finds open ice. I mean, the shot speaks for itself. We're going to have to do a good job 5-on-5, and if we take some penalties tonight, he's a guy that we're going to have to make sure that we're aware of, because he still finds his shooting opportunities, even on the power play when you're trying to take him away. He's rolling up into different positions. He's sliding in different areas of the ice on their power play. So we're going to have to make sure that we're dialed in with our details on the kill. And then 5-on-5, same thing. Just understand that he's on the ice and he's going to be shooting. There's no question. He's not going to look to overpass, I don't think.
Appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Okay, thanks.
There's Joe Sacco, Bruins and the Capitals, coming up next.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Any hope for a late season playoff push likely ended for the Bruins with an 0-5 road trip. So Sacco against Larkin, and Larkin wins the face-off, and that'll do it. Detroit able to hold the Bruins off here in the final minutes and take a 2-1 victory as the Bruins go 0-5 on the road trip. Finally back at home, the Bruins look to build toward next season over the final 8 games. But Alex Ovechkin and the Eastern Conference leading Capitals won't make it an easy task tonight. The Bruins and the Capitals are coming up next.
Boston Bruins hockey is driven by the stylish Honda Accord, available at your local New England Honda dealers.
Cross to Esposito, shot.
Nathan Horton wins Game 7 in overtime. David Pastrnak wins the series for the Bruins.
A chance in front, score, and it's geeky again.
The Bruins are brought to you by VA New England, Granite City Electric GCE Night Train, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Coors Banquet, Bosch Tools, your New England Ford dealers, Live Nation, Safety Insurance, Peerless Boilers, and by Shaw's and Star Market.
Backhand and a save, Thomas. Swayman made a great stop at the far post.
And by Town Fair Tire, TD Bank, your Boston area Nissan dealers, Charles D. Sheehy, Ticketmaster, Dairy Queen, McGovern Auto Group, Hub International New England, Timberline Construction, your Eastern Region Lexus dealers, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
Back to Orr. Put in. Fire! His 100th backhand score and a penalty shot for Raymond Gordon.
David Pastrnak calls game, and the Bruins win it 2-1. Bergeron! And the Bruins win the series!
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
Bruins and the Washington Capitals getting ready to go here at TD Garden. Washington is the highest scoring team in the National Hockey League this season, so defensively, what do the Bruins need to do tonight?
The compete level's got to be there. The threat of getting embarrassed should have everybody on their toes here today and making sure that they do the right things, the details, the defensive details in order to win a hockey game, or at least be competitive in this hockey game against a team that can score, and they can score in different ways. 5-on-5, they're one of the best teams in the NHL. I mean, their plus-minus 5-on-5 is scary compared to the Bruins. I mean, they're over plus 50 for the Washington Capitals. So this is a game that, knowing that, I mean, they've got a 25-goal scorer on their fourth line today. Connor McMichael. I mean, Ryan Leonard coming in and playing. He's going to play with Strome and Protas, a guy that's exploded this year, Protas. So Leonard goes in, and he'll slot in on that line, at least for now. McMichael, like I said, 25 goals. He's playing right wing on the fourth line.
It's an embarrassment of riches right now in Washington. Keys to the game brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest prices on tires, go to Town Fair Tire, because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. We'll have the opening face-off next from TD Garden on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club, politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize, and turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. all while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
You manage your business, we'll manage your finances. With Navigant Credit Union's cash management services, you'll boost efficiency and enhance performance. From collections to disbursements, it's the expertise you didn't know you needed. Try Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, the finals from March Mania are here, and DraftKings is offering all customers a no-sweat parlay every single day before the college basketball season ends. So how does it work? Opt in and place a bet on any eligible parlay. If your bet doesn't hit, you'll get a bonus bet back and the amount of your original bet. So bet the unexpected with the DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code SportsHub. Again, the code is SportsHub to get a no-sweat parlay every single day only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Hope is here. 800-327-5050 or gamblinghelplinema.org. 21 plus. Play it smart from the start. GameSenseMA.com. Massachusetts only. Eligibility and wagering restrictions apply. Opt in to get one no-sweat bet. No-sweat bonus bet issued in amount of losing qualifying bet. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Maximum reward and qualifying bet criteria vary. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 48 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
Welcome, Todd. Bruins and Capitals getting ready to face off. Here's Todd Angeli with tonight's national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Todd Angeli with the national anthem. We get set for the Capitals and Bruins. We'll take a look at our starting lineups here tonight. In goal for the Capitals is Charlie Lindgren. On defense, the pairing of Rasmus Sandin and John Carlson. And up front, Alexei Protas, Dylan Strome, and making his NHL debut, Ryan Leonard. For the Bruins, Jeremy Swayman starts in goal. Parker Wotherspoon, Andrew Peeke on defense. And up front, the line of Morgan Geekie, Pavel Zacha, and David Pastrnak. The starting lineups are brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Bet the unexpected with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SportsHub. That's code SportsHub to get a no-sweat parlay every single day. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
And the first 5 minutes of tonight's game are brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Ford F-Series is America's best-selling truck for 48 years straight. Bruins back home for the first time in a little over 2 weeks. Will be in black from head to toe. And the Capitals in their white helmets and sweaters with red numbers and blue pants as the puck gets dumped into the Bruins zone down to our left to get things started. Pastrnak trying to clear it. It ricocheted out toward the blue line, and Protas gets forced out into the neutral zone. Strome taps it to Protas. He steps in across the line, tried to deal it to Leonard coming down the right side, just out of his reach. He takes a hit from Wotherspoon. Puck thrown to the net, a scramble in front of Swayman as he had to make an early save. Off the far wall. Puck swung wide toward the near side for Peak, and he'll still back.
That puck changed direction on its way in. Yeah, it was a left pad save. It looked like from Raymond down low.
Wotherspoon behind the Bruins net. Gives to Peak up the near side. Koepke coming out across his own blue line. Got turned back by Duhaime. Now the puck goes deep into Washington territory and wrapped around into the far corner. Putting the pressure on in there, Lauko able to chase it down near the blue line and keep it alive, but the Capitals will now clear. Duhaime along the left wing side will play it down the near boards. Lohrei goes back deep for the Bruins, wraps it up the far side for Koepke. Cross ice pass deflected a couple of times, does get to Elias Lindholm, and deep it goes. Lindgren comes out of the net to play it here for Washington. Minute 20 gone in this first period here at TD Garden. Jacob Chychrun along the near side boards. Played for Dubois. Got it out into neutral ice. And puck turned over in the neutral ice. Husnudinov to Lettieri coming down the right circle with a shot that goes wide on the glove side. Zadorov put it back into the far corner. Dylan McElrath there to play for Washington. They'll clear it out. Rink wide pass picked up by Faraberry coming down the left wing side. Dropped one off. Dubois blew a tire as he tried to stop. Jokiharju clears the puck for Lettieri. Dumped in down the left wing side and wraps around near side. Husnudinov takes a hit along the near boards from McElrath. Pushed out across the blue line, but gathered right back in now by Beecher. And Beecher along the near circle finds Peak back at the right point. A low shot, save made. Rebound was there for a moment. Sent off the far wall. Capitals looking to clear it. Ricochets all the way back across the ice, and Mangiapane going to lift one down into the Bruins zone. Arthur Wotherspoon skates back to get it. His pass redirected back in behind the Bruins net. Now played out of the zone by Patrick Brown, but controlled by Washington. Eller going to bring them right back in, and we get a whistle and they're offside.
It's a good shot by Peak, right? Right point. He's got a little traffic in front, puts it low onto the pad. Of Lindgren, forced him to make that save, creates a rebound and an open or a loose puck situation right in front. Nobody able to come up with it, but when we talk about shooting with a purpose from the point, you're usually not going to score from there unless you've, maybe a one-timer, maybe some traffic in front, that type of thing, or deflection. But his eyes are up, nice low shot.
Face off just outside the Boston blue line, controlled back into the Washington zone here. Sandin goes back behind his net, sets up from there. Kiki shadowing him in front of Lindgren. Pass will come across the ice. Villiers couldn't slow it up. Ricochets off the near boards and in on Swayman. Mitchell picks it up from him. Zacha into the neutral zone, finds Pastrnak cutting to his right. Stopped near the top of the face-off circle. Pushes the puck down into the circle for Zacha. Hands it back off to Pastrnak along the near boards. Under pressure, backhanded toward the slot behind Geekie. Played off the far boards, and it's Beauvillier who will clear the zone here for Washington. 16:37 left here in the first period. Mitchell over to Lohrei, and deep into Washington territory it goes. Pastrnak putting the pressure on Sandin as puck goes behind the net. Brought back toward the near circle, lifted up into the neutral zone, and ahead comes McMichael into the Boston zone, and Rick puck deflected on into the corner. Duhaime along the near boards, handed back off to Chychrun. Long shot, tipped in front, goes up and over the glass, out of play.
That gets it, that hit the crossbar. Might have caught iron down low. It was hard to tell, but Chychrun, he steps into this for a shot, and he's got great traffic in front of the net that time. Got deflected out of play, but 2 goals the other day, gets him up to 20. Signed a nice new contract recently to Chychrun. He's finally kind of fit in. He's had good numbers in some of the places he's been, but even in Ottawa, it didn't fit for him for whatever reason there. Now he comes to this Capitals team. What a pickup he's been in this offseason.
8 years, $9 million per. That extension signed here in the last week.
I think, they need somebody to anchor it here in the next couple of years. John Carlson, who's been such a great defenseman for them for forever, it seems like. When it winds down for him, they're going to have Chychrun kind of be the guy.
So the whistle and the Bruins are offside. Chychrun, one of those guys, you mentioned, his time in Ottawa, one of those guys, his name just kept coming up. It felt like when trade deadlines would come around and, at some point he was going to find a new home, and it looks like he has for a long time.
He put up some decent numbers in Arizona, a couple of times. He was always mentioned in the trade rumors. He's a big guy who can skate, certainly shoot it, got that offensive ability, and yeah, for whatever reason, it just did not fit there in Ottawa for him.
Terry tips one in deep. Chychrun will play it up the near boards, can't get it out. Came back to Pete for a drive, and that one just wide on the stick side as he was looking for a redirect. Brought back out into neutral zone, but Protas turned it over. But Terry at center ice will lift one in, bouncing in toward the crease. Lindgren steered it off into the near corner. Around the far side, Wilson will hand it ahead. Dubois pushed it through neutral ice. Jokiharju will come back behind the Bruins net down to our left. Off the far side boards, Sacco near his own blue line. Gives it back over to the near side. Jokiharju gets ridden to the boards by Ferreira. Ferreira's pass deflected across the ice. Wilson will fire it back through neutral ice. Back checking Pastrnak takes that away. Leaves it along the far side circle for Zadorov. Long pass ahead. Pastrnak chasing it into the Washington zone. Goes around behind the Capital net to the far circle. Sends a deflected pass across to Mitchell through the slot looking for Geekie.
That's man on man, right? Chasing Pastrnak around there.
And now Mangiapane going to lead the Capitals ahead, and a chance in front taken away by Laura.
It ended up being a 2-on-2. Carlson was wide open coming late if you'd seen him.
Geekie gets a feed from Lorai, takes a shot, and a glove stop by Lindgren hangs on.
Yeah, Mangiapane's got one thing on his mind, and he's coming down the right wing and going to try to backhand this pass over to the left side as the Bruins are on that back check. But if he could have taken a look behind him, Bruins actually over back checked that time because Carlson was wide open in the slot.
An offensive zone faceoff here with 14:25 to go in this first period.
But a good defensive play by the Bruins, and Lorak breaking that play up.
Patrick Brown will take this draw. One back into the corner here by the Capitals, but taken away, and Brown nearly had a chance as Beecher fed him, but shot attempt broken up. Duhaime leading Washington forward. Cross ice pass. Dow throws one in front, ricocheted onto Swayman, who made the save and then covers it up as McMichael had a chance.
Yeah, McMichael got the redirect. He was coming to the net on that far side. Pass comes from the left wing side, left wing circle. Michael, one of those guys that has popped this year. He's a 19 draft pick. Protas was a 19 draft pick, and these guys, it's taken them a little while to kind of figure it out. People say, okay, well, how long does it take draft picks to, before you're going to see them? Bruins build up draft capital, right, in this at the trade deadline. Well, if that's any example, you're trying to use the Washington kind of model a little bit right now because they barely made it into the playoffs last year. All of a sudden, a couple big changes, with Dubois and Chychrun, of course. But McIlrath's going to come looking there for Viel. I thought he was going to go after him. But that, a couple of these guys have popped. A couple of their draft picks who they were patient with have popped.
Yeah, McMichael was 25th overall back in 2019. Had a career-high 18 goals last year. Now is 25 this season. Jeffrey Viel going to chase into the Washington zone here. He collided with McIlrath as McIlrath was trying to glove down a sky-high puck. Viel just up from Providence, playing his fifth game here in Boston this year. Puck in front of the net here. And Van Riemsdyk will steer it off the near glass and out through neutral. Peak turns it back up ice quickly here for the Bruins from the red line. Dumps in all the way around to the far boards. Lindholm putting the pressure on. Caps control behind their own net. Chychrun off the near boards. They can't get it out. Thrown back in front. Ricocheted off the body. Lindholm's got it in the corner. Throws it back in front. Off the far boards. It comes to Wotherspoon, and Lauko tips his pass up and over the net. Off the end boards via Strome. It'll be played out into the neutral ice. Leonard couldn't knock that down. Lauko takes a bump from Leonard. Drops the puck back. Peak to Wotherspoon from the red line. Deep it goes again. Just about 7.5 minutes gone here in the first period. Neither team on the scoreboard yet. Long pass too far for Protas, but he's going to outrace everyone for an icing, and now we get a whistle.
Yeah, because Swayman covered that puck up, so there won't be any line change or a commercial break here. Bruins will have to stay with the same group.
You talked about, and we'll talk about during our first intermission tonight, the Jack Adams possibilities for Coach of the Year. The turnaround from Washington last year, just getting into the playoffs, and now by far the best record in the Eastern Conference, competing with Winnipeg for the President's Trophy. Spencer Carberry certainly is going to be at the top of a lot of people's lists for that award this season.
I don't know if he gets talked about enough. He's just done an outstanding job since he started here. Their goal differential was terrible last year, and they still squeaked into the playoffs.
Their plus 72 goal differential this season. Strome goes around behind the Bruins net, sends it back off to the far point, and a shot just wide of the net, trying to get it back out in front. Leonard.
That's with only the 15th best power play in the league.
Right, which given this team's talent, you'd think would be a little higher as that shot gets smothered, and it's covered up by Swayman. We've got 12:03 to go here in the first period. Bruins and Capitals are scoreless at TD Garden on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club, politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize, and turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
Is your relationship with your bank in a rut? Might be time for someone new. At Navigant Credit Union, we offer better rates, fewer fees, and support that puts you first. Don't put it off. Join Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Ocean State Job Lot Sale Alert. Now through April 2nd, take advantage of our amazing buy online, ship to store sale where you could get up to 70% off of our already low prices on nearly 70 items. At OceanStateJobLot.com, you'll find nearly 2,000 items to shop, many of which are not offered in our stores. So go to OceanStateJobLot.com now and let your fingers do the tapping to get more for less on our buy online, ship to store sale.
Hey, what's up, it's Owen. If you're a plumber, a pipe fitter, if you're in the piping trades, then you got to call my friends at Charles D. Sheehy. CDS is proud to work with the region's best life science, biotech, and pharma contractors to help them deliver their projects on time within budget. Make CDS your choice for pipe, valves, and fittings. Call them today.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
The first 5 minutes of tonight's game were brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Ford F-Series is America's best-selling truck for 48 years straight. We've got 12:03 to go here in the first period. No score between the Bruins and the Washington Capitals. Third and final meeting of the year. Bruins won here on home ice 4-1. The game 2 days before Christmas. They held Washington to 11 shots on goal in that game, and lost on New Year's Eve day, 3-1 down in the nation's capital. Here's a drive from the point by Carlson, got through, and a pad stop by Swayman.
Yeah, they had the look of a team that was ready to get in the cars and head off on the break.
There's Pastrnak getting it into the middle to Sacco. Fights down into the near circle to maintain possession. Pastrnak off the far board. Zadorov drives one just wide. Yoki Harju to Sacco. Into the middle for Geekie, and his one-timer blocked by Carlson. In the far corner, Pastrnak able to win that puck back. Geekie gets pushed up against the glass. It'll come behind the net, and the Capitals will break out. Pass to the left side for Ovechkin. Dumps it in. All the way around to the far corner. Zadorov puts a lick on Dubois. Ovechkin with a puck in the near corner. Back to Chikrin at the left point. Flips one down up toward the end boards. Dubois able to poke it out of the air. Taken by Yoki Harju, and he'll leave it for Zadorov behind the Bruins net as both teams peel off and go for changes. 11 minutes left here in the first period, scoreless. Mitchell's pass up the left side. Viel helped it across the line. Beecher tried to shoot, but that ended up going wide along the near boards. And it'll be pushed to the blue line and out by Beauvillier, but the Capitals coming forward going to be whistled offside here.
That was close. Mangiapane looked like he had the control of that puck. So if you have control of it, your feet can precede the puck into the zone as long as you have control. We've been through that a couple of times now. What's control?
Take your stick off the puck for half a second.
That was the controversy in San Jose.
Right. Bruins chose not to challenge that. The interpretation of the rule is that
common sense tells you it was control.
Right. Puck pushed out of the Washington zone, brought through neutral ice. Van Riemsdyk swings it off right side. Puck came right back through the slot, looking for Eller.
Good example of protecting the middle that time. Mitchell just stays home in front.
Brown deals it around inside the Washington zone. Viel played it back into the corner. Van Riemsdyk lost it right back to Viel, who tried a shot, but that blocked. Eller will deal up ice. Mangiapane across the line. Right circle. Hit knocked down by Brown. Puck underneath him. Lorei digging for it, as is Brown. Mangiapane from a knee, able to get it back to the point. Ferravari now on the near side, throws it in front, and that hit Beauvillier, who's battling in front of the net with Mitchell. Back toward the Washington zone. Caps in control. 9:45 to go here in the first. Off the right side. Protas trying to get that deep. Bruins able to deny, and then the puck came out of the zone and brought back in by Carlson. Draws a whistle. 9:35 to play here in what is so far a scoreless first period at TD Garden on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Is your relationship with your bank in a rut? Might be time for someone new. At Navigant Credit Union, we offer better rates, fewer fees, and support that puts you first. Don't put it off. Join Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Whether you're putting together a hockey team or Ford's award-winning lineup of SUVs, a great team starts with the right players. Like the iconic Ford Bronco Sport. It not only looks great, but its 4x4 capability means it can handle just about any kind of weather. And the rugged Ford Explorer, with seating for 7 and room for all your gear. Check out the full lineup of award-winning Ford SUVs at your New England Ford dealers today. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins.
This Bosch 2-in-1 impact driver rules.
Ooh, yeah!
That couldn't have been.
Macho Man Randy Savage indeed, yeah. AKA, you're in a Bosch. I'm a macho manifestation of that feeling you get when you use that 2-in-1 impact driver.
Oh, yeah?
Nah, say it with your chest, brother. Ooh, yeah!
Oh, yeah!
We'll work on that.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch. DQ presents Picture This. Picture your favorite DQ treat, like a Blizzard treat, cone, shake, dilly bar, or peanut butter parfait. Now picture your favorite DQ treat right where it belongs. Your hand! Get a real DQ treat today. DQ, happy tastes good.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
And spend this Saturday with the Boston Bruins as they take on the Carolina Hurricanes here at TD Garden at 7 p.m. Just head to bostonbruins.com/tickets and get your seats locked in today. 9:35 to go here in the first period. No score between the Bruins and the Capitals. Washington has 7 of the first 9 shots in this one. And a faceoff coming up just outside the Boston blue line. Casey Middlestat will take the draw. Usnadinov and Letary on his wings. Off the near boards and batted through neutral ice by Usnadinov. He's bearing down on Carlson as he moved through the slot. And the puck backhanded toward his own net by Sandin. Lindgren had to stick that one away. Duhaime from the red line now will drive one into the Boston zone. Lorei tried to back it up behind the net. Middlestat there as well. Puck kicks around toward the near side. Sandin down to the hash marks to play it. Duhaime pushed it off to the far side, gets it right back. Now Sandin, top of the left circle, sent one into the slot off of Mitchell. As it was directed toward Dowd. Sandin now again from the left point and hits Mitchell.
Almost every shot, it's a shot pass. They're looking through the top of the crease. They're looking back door. The Bruins have done a good job so far making sure that they take that away.
Down the near boards, it comes to Sandin. Back over to Carlson at the far point. Sandin again, winds, passes instead of Dowd. Back up top for Sandin. Shot wide to the left.
That was more of a
Ricocheted all
shot.
the way back out. Sandin will play it from the blue line and in deep. Borai takes away, and he'll start the Bruins out. They're moving left to right here in the first period. 8:20 to go. Carlson back in his own zone for the Capitals. Pass for Strome. Skates across his own blue line to the red and then runs into Pastrnak. Puck will come deep behind the Bruins net. Swayman stops it. Gives off for Pete. He gets it to Geekie along the near boards, and out of the zone it goes, but Van Riemsdyk gets it right back in, and the Bruins clear it right back out. Now Leonard trying to push it across the blue line. Ran out of room quickly. Strome reaching out, couldn't get a stick on that puck. Peak finds Wotherspoon, and Parker going to skate it up to the red line. Dumps it just wide of Lindgren. Out of the near corner, Pastrnak wraps it all the way around to the far side. Wotherspoon gets it back deep to Pastrnak, skating toward the far corner. Gets corralled by Chikrin. Strome comes in, backhands the puck up the wall. Wotherspoon tried to shoot it from the blue line, blocked by Van Riemsdyk in front. And around the far boards it goes, and Leonard will come through neutral ice. To the Boston line, stops, dumps it in. Swayman waiting for it to get to the trapezoid. Played into the far corner for Wotherspoon. Malco get it taken away by Wilson. Ferravari near circle trying to get it in front, but forced in behind. Dubois centering pass looking for Wilson. Diving to try to keep that puck alive. Puck up into the air. Ferravari has it land at his feet. Plays it down the near wall, but Jokiharju there for the Bruins. Henry Jokiharju playing in his 400th career NHL game tonight, his 11th as a Bruin. Koepke right down along the far side going for the puck, still able to play it forward, but we get a whistle and arm up here. Penalty coming up with 6:39 to go in this first period.
52 watch, got a minor cross check.
Dylan McElrath, who hadn't played in a game since the last time Washington was here back in December, is going to go to the box for hooking.
Well, it wasn't a hook. You might be able to convince it's a cross check, but it certainly was not a hook. If we just saw the correct replay.
This is where Koepke wiped out over by the Bruins bench.
Wasn't much, if that's where it occurred.
Boston's power play will go to work.
Could have been a hook further down the ice that we missed. But.
Carlson wraps it hard around the far boards. Pastrnak kicked it to keep it alive, but now the Caps come forward here short-handed. Dowd moving in left, circles, shoots, and scores. A short-handed goal for Washington, and they have a 1-0 lead.
Dowd coming in as off wing, but this starts at the blue line. This puck, they're trying to clear it. Pastrnak gets over there towards the boards to seal that blue line, but puck hits it, ricochets off his skate, then he loses his balance, and that's going to create the 2-on-1. They move this puck to the left wing to Dowd, and Dowd gets in good shooting position. He's well inside the dot. He's a right shot coming down the left wing. He's just in great shooting position here, and he's going to beat Swayman clean to the glove hand side, just under the bar. It's a 2-on-1. Lori's the guy back.
13th of the year for Dowd, second shorthanded goal of the season. And the Bruins down by a goal, have a minute 35 still to go on the power play as a one-timer gets gloved by Lindgren.
It's Between the Pipes is sponsored by Charles D. Sheehy. If you're in the piping trades, you need to call Charles D. Sheehy, Boston's premier piping and mechanical product supplier. CDS is your local leader. Between the Pipes here for the Capitals tonight is Charlie Lindgren, and for the Bruins, it's Jeremy Swayman.
Lindgren, earlier last month now, we've turned our calendar over to April, signed a 3-year, $3 million per year extension to stay in Washington. They got Logan Thompson inked to a 6-year extension a little before that, back in late January. Jokiharju gives it to Mitchell out near the blue line. Over to Sacco for a one-timer right circle. Lindgren made that save. Capitals will get the rebound cleared. Duhaime able to bring it through neutral ice and then get it deep into Boston territory before he takes a hit from Jokiharju. Minute 3 to go on the power play. 5:40 to play here in the first period. Washington has the 1-goal lead. Mitchell drops to Pastrnak coming through neutral ice. Pasta pushed it across the blue line but lost it and dumped right down towards Swayman. Lorai will try again as he comes out to the blue line, drops it again back to Pastrnak. Now a pass off to the left side from Middlestat. Bruins gain the attacking blue line. Puck wrapped into the near corner. And it comes to Lindholm, and we get a whistle.
Hooking penalty on the Bruins now.
So 31 seconds left on the power play. That will end as Pastrnak is headed to the box for hooking.
Yeah, offensive zone penalty here for Dave Pastrnak. They just got him reaching in on the hands. That was Sandin he reached in on.
Referee was about 2 feet away from it. So an early 0 for 1 on the power play for the Bruins and a shorthanded goal for the Caps. And now we'll see 31 seconds of 4-on-4 time, and then Washington will get an abbreviated power play on the back end. Bruins will have Zadorov and Jokiharju as the D pairing. Geeky joined up front by Husnudinov. It's off the face-off. Capitals control. Sandin tried to play it down toward Van Riemsdyk. Deflected. He gets it out of the far corner, wraps it around near side. Jokiharju will push it up and out of the zone. Sandin skating back to retrieve here for Washington. Circles behind his net. Villiers to Van Riemsdyk. And he'll back off from center ice back toward his own end. Final 3 seconds left on the McElrath penalty. He comes out of the box, and now Washington has nearly 90 seconds of power play time. Mentioned earlier, they are 15th in the league in the man advantage this year. Strome got it off on the right side. Wilson. They work it back to Carlson at the point. Wow, back to Carlson. Throws one in front. Score! Ovechkin had the puck ricochet to him. And an empty net in front of him. And there is number 891 in the career of Alex Ovechkin. And it's 2-0 Capitals.
Yeah, this is more than a ricochet. This is a great pass from Strome. They've been looking backdoor the entire first period. And it's going to be Carlson at the point with his eyes up. He looks backdoor to Strome. And Strome gets his body turned to have a one-touch backhand pass to Ovechkin, who's off to the right of Swayman. He's got a wide open net. What a play by Strome on this one to get this puck to Ovechkin. Ovechkin just kind of cruises in from that left wing circle. Carlson, the fake shot, the shot pass down low for Strome, and Strome does not even stop this puck. He takes it on his backhand, and it's one touches it over to a wide open Ovechkin.
38th goal of the season for Ovechkin. His 10th power play goal of the year. And he is now just 4 away from breaking Wayne Gretzky's goal scoring record. As VL will get one behind the Washington net here. Chychrun able to hold Beecher away from it. They continue to dig for it along the end boards. Just under 4 minutes to play here in the first. The Bruins down by 2 here on home ice. VL trying to get it out in front was denied. Capitals will start the other way. Leonard through the neutral zone. Try to play it down the right wing boards. Cut off by Wotherspoon. VL at center ice. Ooh, he got hit hard by Leonard. As Leonard goes right to the bench, as does VL. Changes on.
Yeah, VL didn't see him coming there.
And Japani one-on-one against Mitchell. Mitchell forced the shot up over the net. On the near side. And Japani went down. No penalty call there as Lorai on the far circle plays it up the boards. Lettieri got knocked down as he tried to gather in the puck. Forced back in deep here by McElrath. Lorai, cross ice pass, finds Casey Middlestat. Back into the middle for Husnudinov. Skates in across the Washington line. Left wing side. Lettieri trying to get it back into the middle, but forced into the corner instead by Faravari. Under 3 minutes to play in the period. The pass gets over the stick of Zadorov, and Bruins forced to retreat back into neutral ice. Right side, Middlestat will play it deep. Lindgren just steers it away from the side of his net. Around the far side. Valko to Kepke on the end boards.
Lindgren steered that puck around the boards. Ovechkin never even moved. He didn't even go for it. Let Dubois do it. Let him do the work. He's the guy down low.
There is Ovechkin with the puck on his stick.
How his game has just evolved, where he doesn't, he paces himself.
Right. Got to do that at a certain age, right?
No, give him credit for being smart enough to know how to do it.
On the end boards, it'll come to Ovechkin down in the far corner of the Washington zone.
Dubois and Wilson do a lot of the heavy lifting. 5-on-5.
Ovechkin 64 points in 58 games this season. Of course, he had the long layoff because of the injury earlier this year.
Okay. Most likely would have it already, right? The record.
I would think
so.
No doubt at the pace that he's gone this season. And 38 goals in 58 games. It's a centering pass.
Looking back door.
Away from Chikrin. Pastrnak coming through neutral ice, able to fight through some traffic. Tried to pass it right side to Geekie, but it hit his skate and back to center ice. Under 90 seconds to play now in the period. Van Riemsdyk with Sacco pressuring him in the far corner. Pastrnak able to peel the puck free. Wotherspoon back of the point. Over to Peak. Shot. Kicked out in front. Geekie nearly had a chance at it. And instead, it's batted out toward the blue line by McMichael. It'll come out of the zone before Zacha can play it. Off the near boards, Pastrnak dips back in across the Washington line. Fairbury gets in his way. Protas has the puck along the near boards. Swings it out into neutral ice and a dump in by McElrath. In the Boston zone, Fairbury at the left point. Sends over to McElrath. Lines and fires, blocked by Lettieri, and that sails up over the glass and out of play. Stoppage with 46.8 seconds left here in the first period. Washington has a 2-0 lead here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Is your relationship with your bank in a rut? Might be time for someone new. At Navigant Credit Union, we offer better rates, fewer fees, and support that puts you first. Don't put it off. Join Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
The Shaw's and Star Market Foundation's Feeding the Puck for Families donation campaign has helped raise over $25,000 this hockey season. Every time Boston's hometown hockey team feeds the puck to help score a goal, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate funds to end hunger here in our local communities. With each assist, the foundation will enable a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank, up to $50,000 to help end hunger. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
I'm all for saving money, but sometimes you get what you pay for, like with suntan lotion or musical instruments. And especially when it comes to home insurance.
Warning, evacuate immediately.
Given the increase in your home's value, now's the time to talk with an independent agent about safety insurance. They'll make sure you have the coverage you need so you don't end up with the blues. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life storms.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2025 Civic or a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or HR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Fans, book a visit to Boston Bruins Heritage Hall and immerse yourself in a century of Bruins hockey history. Visit bostonbruins.com/Heritage Hall and lock in your tickets now. 46.8 seconds to go here in the first period. Washington's got the first 2 goals in this one. Nick Dowd's 13th of the year, shorthanded from Brandon Duhaime at 13:32. And then the power play goal by Ovechkin, his 38th of the season, from Dylan Strome and John Carlson at 15:43. As the puck brought around behind the Bruins net here, Zadorov will play it up the near right wing side. Lauko giving chase. Fairbury able to keep a body between him and the puck. Off the near boards, it'll come to Ovechkin in the neutral ice. Fires across the ice. Here's Wilson skating in across the line. Moving into the near circle and gets a backhander in on Swayman, who makes the save and draws a whistle.
Yeah, nice move there. Good cross-ice pass for Wilson on the right side. He's going to make the move and come to the middle on the backhand that time. Swayman stays with him.
be a face-off in the defensive zone with 26 seconds left in the period. In case you're wondering, Ovechkin coming into the night needing 5 to pass Gretzky. Now up to cut that down to 4. He does have 4 career 4-goal games on his resume. Has never scored 5.
Part of me was saying that, I don't want to see him get it today. And then the other part was saying, it'd be pretty cool to see him get it and be in the building when it happens. It's going to happen. It's just
right. Bruins get the clear here. Puck ricochets in front of Lindgren inside the Washington zone. Strome reaching for it, coming through neutral ice. Peak able to keep him away from it. 6 seconds to go in the period. Koepke from the red line will dump into the Washington zone, and then that will do it for period number 1. So the Capitals with a shorthanded goal and a power play goal, and they have a 2-0 lead after 20 minutes here at TD Garden. We'll be back with our first intermission next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Is your relationship with your bank in a rut? Might be time for someone new. At Navigant Credit Union, we offer better rates, fewer fees, and support that puts you first. Don't put it off. Join Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. Check out the Honda Civic, Accord, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2025 Civic or a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Hey, the finals from March Mania are here, and DraftKings is offering all customers a no-sweat parlay every single day before the college basketball season ends. So how does it work? Opt in and place a bet on any eligible parlay. If your bet doesn't hit, you'll get a bonus bet back and the amount of your original bet. So bet the unexpected with the DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code SportsHub. Again, the code is SportsHub to get a no-sweat parlay every single day, only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Hope is here. 800-327-5050 or gamblinghelplinema.org. 21 plus. Play it smart from the start. GameSenseMA.com. Massachusetts only. Eligibility and wagering restrictions apply. Opt in to get one no-sweat bet. No-sweat bonus bet issued in amount of losing qualifying bet. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Maximum reward and qualifying bet criteria vary. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
Looking for Michelin tires at the guaranteed lowest price? Get to Town Fair Tire. Michelin's innovative technologies are designed for durability and performance over any of the toughest road conditions, so you can trust you're getting the highest quality tires. And Town Fair's been a name you can trust since 1967. Now with over 120 locations and still growing, because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
What's better than a limited time deal? An unlimited time deal. That's why Wendy's $5 biggie bag with a junior bacon cheeseburger is available all the time. For the best deal of all time, gotta be Wendy's.
Unlimited time does not mean forever. U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and California and via third-party delivery.
Football's back with New England Flag Football. The NEFFL has football leagues at 20 locations across Mass for boys and girls ages 3 to 15. Late registration closes April 4th at newenglandflagfootball.com.
Hi, this is Mark Bertrand from the Zolak and Bertrand Show for VA New England. I have a proud family history of military service, including my father, who served in the U.S. Army. VA New England Healthcare is the highest rated and largest healthcare system in New England. If you or a family member served honorably on active duty for 2 years or deployed or retired from the reserves in any branch, you may be eligible for benefits from VA New England. To get started, call 800-MY-VA-411 or go to va.gov and explore your veteran benefits.
Felger and Maz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub. Anyone can skate in a beer league.
The hockey is just an excuse to get out with the guys and drink beer.
But only the best can skate in the Beers League.
They're a good bunch of guys. Dumber than a sack of hammers, but good.
Here's what's on top of Beersy's list this week.
Back here at TD Garden, where the Bruins trail 2-0 to the Washington Capitals. And on the Beers League tonight, we're going to look at some of the possibilities for this year's Jack Adams Award for Coach of the Year. And we're going to start in St. Louis. Former Bruins coach Jim Montgomery who has taken his team from 9-12-1 when he took over to winning 31 games, 16 regulation losses, and 6 overtime losses since he took over in late November.
St. Bennington and bring out the Zamboni. 9 games in a row won by the Blues. They snapped the Avs' 11-game home winning streak.
Yeah, but they started from so far behind that now it's, they're still holding on. They're won 9 in a row, so they're doing more than holding on. But you've got a couple teams that are still close, including Calgary and to a certain extent maybe Vancouver in there as well. But right now, St. Louis right behind Minnesota for the first wild card spot, and it's an outstanding job done by Jim Montgomery so far this year. It didn't take him long to get a job, right? That was it was Bannister that got fired right after that. Bannister was the interim coach last year. They gave him the full-time gig this year, but as soon as Jim Montgomery became available, they make the move, moving Bannister out and moving Jim Montgomery in, and it's a good fit for Montgomery. His wife's family is from there. They're very familiar with the area, and it's been a good transition for him to set up now shop in St. Louis, and good on him, doing what he's doing right now.
Also good on the Columbus Blue Jackets coach Dean Evison and what they've been through this year, obviously with the loss of Johnny Gaudreau, and they have continued to fight for a playoff spot right down to the wire.
Save made, and I got 2 words for you. Game over.
They got a power play goal when they needed it. They bounced back when they needed it. And the 2 points, oh, did they ever need them tonight.
First-year coach Dean Evison, he's very serious behind that bench. You know that, and he's intense. That's the way he played the game. He was last seen in Minnesota. Now he's here in Columbus, and he got dealt a tough hand, right? I mean, they eventually trade Laine. That was a bit of an issue for them. The Gaudreau thing in the offseason, major issue for them, and the fact that he's got them giving them a chance to make the playoffs, and nobody gave them a chance to make the playoffs coming into the season. And he had to deal with injuries right off the hop to some key guys, including his captain, Boone Jenner. So good on him. Good on the Columbus Blue Jackets for being as competitive as they have this year. It looks like they might fall just a little bit short, but they still have an opportunity to make the playoffs.
Well, as we look at the Jack Adams candidates, another team that, people were wondering, what are they going to do this year? How about the Ottawa Senators and the job that Travis Green's done up there?
Ottawa seals it, holds it, and that gives them the win. Senators win their 2nd straight. It's a 1-goal victory over the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Well, it's a valuable 2 points.
Yeah, Ottawa's had a good run here, and it's been the big question for a long time is when is either Ottawa, Buffalo, Detroit, those teams, Montreal for that matter, when are they going to make the playoffs? When are they going to round the corner and make the playoffs and take that next step? And finally, it looks like Ottawa is going to, barring a really late season meltdown. They are without Brady Tkachuk here tonight. He's just like his brother down in Florida. He's the guy that stirs it up in Ottawa, the captain of that team. But they're a good young hockey team. The Senators are. Very curious of what they can do here if they get in the playoffs. I think that they can be dangerous just because they're new, and the expectations really haven't. They're there, but they're not quite there. Everybody just wants to see them get in,
right?
And then what can they do once they get there?
Well, that's going to be a big question in Winnipeg this year. Scott Arniel has his team right now in pursuit of the President's Trophy with the Winnipeg Jets.
Winnipeg Jets will be 6 points ahead of Dallas for the time being and increase their lead for first overall in the National Hockey League on Washington as well.
Yeah, Scott Arniel took over behind the bench for Rick Bowness, who stepped away and retired as a coach. He did step in and coach last season for Bowness at different times of that year when Bowness had to step away for health reasons or his wife's health reasons as well. So, he's got the experience. He's got head coaching experience too. But, for Arniel and Kevin Cheveldayoff is going to get a lot of recognition for general manager of the year as well, because knowing when to cut bait with guys, when to make a trade if a guy doesn't want to be there. Pierre-Luc Dubois is a perfect example.
Right.
Jacob Trouba is another example. Okay, we're gonna move you then, and we're gonna get you out of here, and we're gonna bring in people that want to be here. And he's done it for a while now. He's had to do it for a while now. It's not the destination that when players look at places that they want to play. They're all made differently, player-wise. But some of them are talking about the no-tax states and that type of thing. Winnipeg is far from that.
Right.
So it's, you've got to really you've got to have that competitive nature. And they signed Hellebuck, who might be the best goalie in the league. And, you've got Scheifele and you've got Connor. You've got good players that have committed to staying there.
And last and certainly not least, Spencer Carberry of these Washington Capitals.
The Capitals start strong and hang on in the third, and now have 46 wins on the season and the first team in the NHL to 100 points.
Yeah, Carberry's taken a team that just eked into the playoffs last year and got eliminated in short order and has them at the top of the Eastern Conference with 103 points in 73 games this season. Well, after 20 minutes here at TD Garden, his Capitals have themselves a 2-0 lead over the Bruins. Shorthanded goal by Nick Dowd, followed up on a power play goal by Alex Ovechkin to put the Caps up by a pair, as the Bruins will try to dig out of the hole when the second period gets underway in a few minutes. They're going to need more than the 4 shots on goal that they put up in that first period. Well, coming up next, we'll get a check of the Sports Hub headlines, and then we'll get back to TD Garden for that second period. Coming up here on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You manage your business, we'll manage your finances. With Navigant Credit Union's cash management services, you'll boost efficiency and enhance performance. From collections to disbursements, it's the expertise you didn't know you needed. Try Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Tracks.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV. Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues.
Wherever the year takes you, explore it together in the Chevy of your choice. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
Waiting for your electrical supplies during the day or sitting in traffic is for the birds. Use the GCE Night Train from Granite City Electric and get access to over $50 million in local inventory with a free guaranteed overnight delivery of your electrical supplies anywhere in New England. So avoid wasting time waiting in line and sitting in traffic. Order by 5 p.m. and you'll have your materials the next morning by 6 a.m. guaranteed. Visit GCENightTrain.com to get on board the GCE Night Train today. Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Since 1873, Coors Banquet has been brewed only in Golden, Colorado, where the Rocky Mountains touch the sky and icy spring waters carve its legend. Each sip echoes of generations past. Coors Banquet, enjoyed by rock stars, smugglers, cowboys, and president. That's our legacy. What's yours? Coors Banquet. Start your legacy.
Hi, I'm Mary Dean, President and CEO of Clinton Savings Bank. Stop by and see how we go beyond banking or visit clintonsavings.com.
Member FDIC, member DIF.
McGovern Ford's Commercial Truck Division, with locations in Saugus, Lowell, and Framingham, boasts a large inventory of Ford work trucks and vans, including plow trucks, dump bodies, service bodies, light-duty and heavy-duty Ford trucks, Ford Transit vans, refrigerated, classic box, and service utility. An extensive selection of Ford work trucks and vans, including tough Super Duty trucks for towing and hauling big loads. McGovern Ford also offers financing options for various credit levels. Palmas Portuguese and Habla Espanol. McGovernFord.com. That's McGovernFord.com.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5, the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Scores around the NHL after one period. The Panthers and Canadiens are tied at 1. Buffalo, they have a 2-0 lead right now on Ottawa. It's Columbus 3, Nashville 1, and, well, just underway or midway through the first period, Tampa Bay has a 1-0 lead over the Islanders. Just a few games about to get underway. Blues and Red Wings, and then in the nightcap, Utah will host Calgary, while Edmonton heads to Vegas. Anaheim, they'll host San Jose, and at 10:30 tonight, it will be the Kings and the Jets. Patriots owner Robert Kraft spoke at the annual meetings today, saying the last 2 seasons have been the worst of his tenure. Also will add Bill Parcells to the Patriots Hall of Fame as a contributor. NFL rule changes. Overtime rules will see both teams with a possession and also a 10-minute quarter. And replay will now have camera-based technology. And Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla has been named Eastern Conference Coach of the Month. It is the 4th time he has done so. In celebration with Women in Sports Night for today only, score 30% off for women's apparel online at the Pro Shop. Visit bostonproshop.com to grab your gear now. Discounts cannot be combined, and some exclusions may vary. Headlines are brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com to save 15% off your next drive-through oil change. At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Joe Murray. The second period is next on the 98.5 The Sports of Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You manage your business, we'll manage your finances. With Navigant Credit Union's cash management services, you'll boost efficiency and enhance performance. From collections to disbursements, it's the expertise you didn't know you needed. Try Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Sitting in the driver's seat of the all-new Nissan Kicks is like the best seat in the house. You're in the action. And with the all-new Nissan Kicks all-wheel drive, you can go find the best views. And with the 10-speaker Bose Personal Plus audio system, you can hear everything. Your new wheels await. Reimagine your ride with the reimagined all-new Nissan Kicks.
Now, Nissan offers 6 vehicles with starting manufacturer-suggested retail price under $30,000. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. Available on Nissan Altima, Kicks, Leaf, Rogue, Sentra, and Versa. All prices are manufacturer-suggested retail price, MSRP, for base models. MSRP excludes destination and handling charges, tax, title, license, and options. Dealer sets actual prices.
For nearly 4 decades, WellPoint has proudly provided health coverage to Massachusetts residents through the Group Insurance Commission. If you're insured through the GIC, WellPoint offers a variety of plan options to meet your needs with comprehensive medical benefits. Based right here in Massachusetts, WellPoint is committed to supporting state and municipal employees and their families who serve our Commonwealth. WellPoint is here for your whole health, physical, mental, emotional, and social well-being. To learn more, visit wellpoint.com.
Answer your calling to care at The Ohio State University. Earn your RN to BSN on your schedule with a flexible online program designed for working RNs. Learn from top-tier faculty while balancing work, life, and education. With just 30 credit hours required, Ohio State's nationally recognized program is one of the fastest, most efficient paths to advancing your nursing career. Ready to create your tomorrow today? Start here at online.osu.edu/RNBSN.
Tip off every Celtics game all season long with great tasting, less filling Miller Lite, the original light beer. Miller Lite, official partner of the 2024 World Champion Boston Celtics. When it's game time, it's Miller time, Celtics fans.
Hey, it's Zoe. The football offseason is here, and that means it's time to revamp our team's roster. It's also time to revamp your technology and IT systems with Oakers Technologies. Oakers has a history of shaping the future. For over 100 years, they made their clients future-ready to meet their ever-evolving needs. They're a New England company that gets it, delivering the attention of a local team with the skill to be your single-source IT partner. From full IT infrastructure rebuilds to your everyday AV upgrades, Oakers Technologies makes it easy to be future-ready. Visit okers.com.
Hi, this is Bob Sosi, voice of New England football. You've heard me talk about ClearPath for Veterans and safety insurance. Now New Hampshire residents can also support our veterans and save on auto insurance. ClearPath for Veterans is working with safety insurance to help New England veterans at the resource centers in Devens, Massachusetts and Manchester, New Hampshire. Safety policyholders can make a $50 tax-deductible donation to ClearPath and earn a 5% discount on your safety automobile insurance. New Hampshire and Massachusetts residents can say thanks to those who serve and get rewarded. Visit safetyforvets.com.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5thesportshub.com.
Wow, back to Carlson. Throws one in front. Score! Ovechkin had the puck ricochet to him. And an empty net in front of him. And there is number 891 in the career of Alex Ovechkin. And it's 2-0 Capitals. Yeah, that power play goal by Ovechkin set up on a nice play by Dylan Strome in front of the net. Off a feed from Carlson. Makes it 2-0 Washington as we get ready to start the second period. And fans, TD Bank cardholders score special benefits here at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins. Boston will go from right to left as we start the second period. And Strome wins the faceoff to get things going. Protas will tap one up the left wing boards, and Peak skating back to retrieve in the Bruins zone. Hard around the near wall. Sacco couldn't angle it past Carlson. Pasternak's got it now near the top of the faceoff circle and turns it up ice. Coming right through the middle. Fires a long shot in on Lindgren. Who
there's offsides there.
Ends up getting tipped out of play anyway.
A little speed through the neutral zone that time as Pastrnak wound it up. But yeah, great. I mean, a high-end play on the power play, right? We talk about them only being 15th in the league on the power play, which is a little bit surprising. But Carlson at the point, he's just got his hockey IQ from everywhere, really, but especially that offensive blue line. He's made a living doing that, finding guys down low, putting it on a tee for Ovechkin in the left wing circle. And that's just a perfect pass through the seam by him at the point, and, you know, a high-end play by Strome to one-touch that pass over to Ovechkin.
Puck comes deep into the Washington zone here behind the net. VL digging for it for the Bruins. Carlson will bring it away.
Swayman's expecting Strome to tip that puck on net.
Right. Here's Carlson sending one in front, denied that time by Lora, who was shoulder to shoulder with Dowd. Puck in that far corner. Dowd wraps it up the boards. Duhaime will play it across ice. Carlson in front, tipped toward the net, but that one blocked.
It's probably at least a half a dozen times they've tried to go back to him with that shot pass from the point.
Brown gets it deep into the Washington zone, gets it off the boards to Lindholm, but his one-timer blocked off into the corner, now thrown back to the net by Zadorov and scooped up by Lindgren.
I mean, it's just about every time a defenseman gets the puck, if they're on the flanks, you know, not in the middle of the ice, if they're on the flanks, they're looking back door. And the Bruins, by and large, have done a pretty good job of taking it away, but the goal that Ovechkin scored is on the power play on that backdoor pass.
You mentioned earlier how deep the scoring goes on this team. I mean, potentially 7 20-goal scorers on this team. They've got 3 out of the 30 players in the league that have scored 30 or more goals this season. Protas has 30, Wilson has 31, and Ovechkin now with 38. The only team with more is Tampa Bay. They have 4 players with 30 or more. Wilson plays it through the neutral ice. Dubois chasing into the Bruins zone. Lost his, or no, another stick went down in pursuit. Koepke back in the neutral ice. Gets it deep. Lauko back of the net. Koepke angled it off the near boards, but finds nobody home at the left point. Zadorov has to chase it all the way back into his own zone. Ovechkin bearing down on him. Neutral ice. Wilson regained for Washington. Chychrun will back it up. And Wilson standing to the left of his goaltender Lindgren. Long pass up the left side. Ovechkin couldn't get that going through the neutral zone. We'll come back toward Wotherspoon. His pass up the right side. Middlestat gathers it in across the line, but then runs out of space. Free puck comes to Usnadinov, and he's got it on the right wing side against Mangiapane in the far corner. Usnadinov kicks it back to his stick. Backhands to Middlestat along the end boards. Pivots away from Van Riemsdyk and got it in front for a chance. But Lindgren denies Lettieri.
Yeah, that's a nice little play. That gives you a pretty good peek into what Middlestat's capable of doing. He's very skilled, and he gets that loose puck there. Able to kind of win a battle against Van Riemsdyk. Picks it free, and then the quick pass in front for Lettieri. Lindgren's most difficult save of the night.
Talked with Joe Sacco a little bit about Casey Middlestat during our pregame interview this evening. Trying to settle in here in his 11th game since coming over in the trade from Colorado.
He's got more to give. You know, he had a couple of good games to start, then he drifted away a little bit. Did not have good chemistry at all with that, David Pastrnak, at least in the games that we saw. Wasn't a huge sample size, but he's certainly skilled, and put some of that a little bit more on display if we can, because the Bruins need that skill up front.
One of the things Sacco said is Boston's going to get whistled for an icing here was, you know, Middlestat is clearly a pass-first player. Sometimes he needs to be a little bit more shoot-first, is what Sacco said he was looking for out of Middlestat. You know, sometimes you need to be a little bit more selfish.
Would have liked to see him bury that one against Detroit. You know, he put that upstairs under the bar. big goal, ties the game late, all of a sudden you get that boost, and it starts to kind of snowball in the right direction for you.
Bruins looking to clear off the face-off due. McMichael going to back one up here to Carlson inside his own zone, and an errant pass cut away from Fairbury. Pasternak's got it behind the net, slips through a Carlson check, trying to get it out in front, but denied. Lorai at the left point keeps alive. Pastrnak backhanding one in Zacha's direction, but that one taken away by Fairbury, and he'll bring it up the near boards and now play deep in behind Swayman. Just over 3 minutes gone here in the second period. Washington has a 2-goal lead. Zacha weaving his way through a little traffic off to the right side. Back across from Geekie to Pastrnak. One-timer.
Zacha moves that puck wide to the right, and then he drives right through. It opens up the seam.
Here's Protas kicking a puck along the boards in the Bruins zone. Wotherspoon behind the net regains. Geekie steps out into the neutral ice and get angled off the puck.
Long shift for that line.
Geekie jumps off. Leonard pass in the direction of Protas. Deep in the Boston zone. Wotherspoon cuts back toward the near circle. And popping free, but able to push out of the zone with Terry. Left wing pass. Usnadinov fires it off the near boards and wide of the net. Middle step to Letary. Far circle, a turnaround shot. And Lindgren made the save on that one. Protas from the near circle will play it back into neutral ice, and Strome will get it into the Boston zone as Washington changes. Wotherspoon to Usnadinov near his own blue line. Keeps it away from Wilson. Wotherspoon now backing up in his own zone. Skates it ahead to the red line and dumps in. Dubois tips it back behind the net for Chikrin. Back to Dubois on the far corner. Rink wide pass finds Wilson. Hands it off to Van Riemsdyk coming through neutral ice. In the Boston blue line, around Swayman into the far corner it goes. Ovechkin will play it back deep. Zadorov wins it behind the Bruins net. Kepke to Lindholm, and Lauko's going to wind up offside as they come to the Washington line.
Yeah, I think one extra move made at that offensive blue line, and trying to attack with speed, and if you make that extra move at the blue line, it's going to put it all offside.
15-18 left here in the second. Washington with a 2-0 lead. Bruins headed right back on the road for one after this one, being Montreal. The Bruins' only appearance up there this season, coming up on Thursday night. Face-off win here by Beecher. Jokiharju will play it around the near boards in the Washington zone, and it comes to Zadorov, the left point. Zadorov trying to get around Beauvillier. Puck ricocheted into the corner. Beecher's got it off the wall to the back of the net. VL trying to spin it out in front. Mangiapane got the way of that. Off the back of the net. Jokiharju in deep trying to get it back in front, but take it away. Capitals will head the other way. Mangiapane across the Boston line. Sent one through the slot out of the reach of Heller. On the far circle. Heller. Zadorov the back of the net. Now Jokiharju gets it over to Brown. And Brown swings it out of the zone, but foot race for it along the near side. And Sandin able to get it back toward the Boston end. DL from the red line to try and play it forward, and that was blocked by Carlson. Pass picked off by Beecher in the neutral zone. Stumbles coming across the blue line. Plays in behind the net off to the far corner. Usnadinov looking back to the far point for Mitchell. But they got their signals crossed, and the puck comes back toward the Boston zone. There's Middlestat turning through center ice. Lorai dumps in around Carlson. Lindgren played it around the near boards. Comes out in front, and Letary scores! Vinny Letary gets the Bruins on the board as they cut the lead in half.
Well, Letary's had the best chances, right? And he tried two right along the ice, or really low shots. This time he's going to go upstairs on the finish, but it's good work along the left wing boards. Lindgren tries to send this puck around the boards. Middlestat cuts it off, and the puck squirts in front of the net. Usnadinov keeps it alive, and Letary beats his man back to the front of the net, and he's going to pick up this loose puck. The right shot, and just take one half step to his right and then go upstairs over the glove hand side of Lindgren. Lindgren catches catching glove in his left hand. Actually, both goaltenders, Logan Thompson and Lindgren, do.
Third NHL goal of the season, and for Vinny Lettieri, his 20th game.
So catching glove is in his right hand. My bad. It was over his blocker side.
Puck gets dumped down into Boston territory, and Wotherspoon will come out behind the net. Ends a 7-game point-scoring drought for Lettieri.
He's a point-per-game guy in the American Hockey League.
Yep. There's Strome with a takeaway in the neutral zone. Coming in left circle. Try to fade it across for Leonard. Broken up, and Wotherspoon goes the other way.
Sacco got back that time to try to help break that up. Otherwise, it's a 2-on-1.
Leonard in his NHL debut out of Boston College. Hockey East Player of the Year. Led the nation in goal scoring this season. Just a couple of days removed from being eliminated from the NCAA tournament. Swayman hands off for Zadorov at the side of the Bruins net. It's under 13 minutes to play here in the second. Dump in by Jokiharju around the near boards. McElrath spun it back in behind his net, taken away, but the centering pass is knocked aside. Ovechkin in the near circle. Pivots back with Koepke chasing him behind the net. McElrath in the near corner. Dubois takes a hit from Koepke. Still able to clear the puck in the neutral ice. Ovechkin tried to tap it forward. Jokiharju cut it off. Here's Jacob Lauko bringing the Bruins back ahead from the top of the left circle. Shot it wide on the stick side. Middlestat back into the corner to Lauko. Back to Middlestat, right circle, moving toward the slot, and the shot trying to get it around Van Riemsdyk. Ended up going wide of the net. Middlestat along the near circle. Still in a battle for possession. It'll be Wilson to loft it out of the zone, and that one's going to go for an icing here against Washington.
Now, right now, the only assist to Husnudinov, I thought Middlestat helped get that puck towards the front of the net and maybe ricocheted off of his leg or his stick. He sealed the boards away. But as of right now, they have not given him one.
Yeah, I thought the same thing, although couldn't see because of the angle along the near boards whether it came off of him or not.
He's had a couple of nice passes to Lettieri already today in this period.
Husnudinov's first assist since joining the Bruins, along with a pair of goals. Very going to bring the Capitals out of their zone, coming through neutral ice. Off the left side for Ovechkin, just inside the Boston line, but he got tangled up. Terry able to push that puck back out into the neutral zone. Terry now near the red line, lifting one into the near corner across the ice. However, Van Riemsdyk back behind his own goal. Long pass up the left side, tipped into neutral ice, and Beauvillier nearly caught it in stride. Beauvillier trade deadline acquisition. Caps start out of their zone here. Chychrun in the neutral ice. Steps around Beecher. Moves the puck to Eller. Eller trying to get around Zadorov. Got his stick up there on the big man, and Bruins are going to get a power play. Lars Eller headed to the box for high sticking. 11:02 to go here in the second. Bruins will have a chance to tie it when we come back on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hi, this is Bob Sosi, voice of New England football. You've heard me talk about ClearPath for Veterans and safety insurance. Now New Hampshire residents can also support our veterans and save on auto insurance. ClearPath for Veterans is working with safety insurance to help New England veterans at the resource centers in Devens, Massachusetts and Manchester, New Hampshire. Safety policyholders can make a $50 tax-deductible donation to ClearPath and earn a 5% discount on your safety automobile insurance. New Hampshire and Massachusetts residents can say thanks to those who serve and get rewarded. Visit safetyforvets.com.
Hey, it's Zoe. The football offseason is here, and that means it's time to revamp our team's roster. It's also time to revamp your technology and IT systems with Oakers Technologies. Oakers has a history of shaping the future for over 100 years. They made their clients future ready to meet their ever-evolving needs. They're a New England company that gets it, delivering the attention of a local team with the scale to be your single-source IT partner. From full IT infrastructure rebuilds to your everyday AV upgrades, Oakers Technologies makes it easy to be future ready. Visit okers.com.
Spoiler alert. A 2-word warning that we're about to ruin the end. But sometimes, spoilers can be worthwhile. And so we designed the Lexus NX to reveal many things, like taking the mystery out of how close you are between parking space lines, or the time you'll arrive at your dinner reservation. Technology designed to remove surprise endings. It's just a better story that way. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
Bruins trail 2-1, 11:02 to go in the second period, but Boston about to go to the power play, brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. Engineered for efficiency, comfort, and ease, Bosch Power Tools are built to keep workers going at full strength. Bosch Power Tools, what hard workers deserve. Lars Eller gets the minor for high sticking. Elias Lindholm gets ready for a face-off in the offensive zone here. Geeky, Middlestat, Pastrnak, and Lohrei round out the top power play unit. Nick Dowd scored a shorthanded goal in the first period. Lindholm beats him on the face-off. Lohrei gives it to Middlestat. Far circle. Here's Geeky trying to play it across for Pastrnak at the near circle, but deflected. Lohrei back down into the corner. Lindholm played it up the wall, taken away, and it'll be Dowd to clear it all the way down ice. Lohrei circles back behind the Bruins net. Boston moving right to left here in the second period. Pastrnak gets the feed coming through neutral ice, whips it across to Middlestat on the left side, hands off to Geeky. Geeky steps away from Wilson, back across to Pastrnak, left circle. Pasta looking in front for Geeky, and that was denied. Pastrnak now swings it back through the slot, off the far boards, and Lohrei hustling over to keep that puck alive, but now loose in the slot, and Carlson will send it all the way down.
Good defensive play in front. You had the defenseman kind of just playing center field there. Carlson, Faravari in front, making sure that pass does not get across.
Middlestat will carry back across the line. Leaves it at the blue line for Pastrnak. Skates it down to the left wing hash marks. Here's Lindholm along the end boards. Ian Sandin gets spun around. Puck in their skates. 48 to go on the power play. Now behind the net, Middlestat's got it. Brings it toward the far circle. Gets it back to Lohrei at the point. Middlestat top of the right circle now. Moving through the high slot. Pass deflected off of Duhaime into the far corner. Pastrnak then fumbles it along the near boards and knocks down Dowd. And Pasternak's going to take the interference penalty here, as Dowd might have had a break instead.
He might have. I thought Lohrei probably had a decent angle to get back there, but Pastrnak frustrated with himself. He had the turnover. It wasn't a turnover in the first period. The puck bounced off his skate and he kind of lost his balance. It led to the rush coming the other way on the 2-on-1. This time he just tried to stick handle. He does turn it over, and Dowd made sure it got seen, and he did. He interfered with him in the middle of the ice. No argument whatsoever from Pastrnak going to the box.
So for the second time tonight, a Bruins power play ends early on a David Pastrnak penalty. Almost the exact same situation, about 30 seconds to go on the man advantage. So quick 4-on-4, and then Washington would have a power play chance. Chychrun battling his way into the right wing corner. Lost his stick. Wotherspoon takes the puck and brings behind the net. Out into neutral ice, Jokiharju and Sacco. Jokiharju just inside the Washington line. Finds Materi coming across the line, and his shot just up over the crossbar. McMichael to Chychrun, and Washington steps out into the neutral ice, and look out as that puck deflects coming across the ice, firing over the Washington bench out of play.
Fans, Avidia Bank is teaming up with Boston legend Patrice Bergeron again this season for Assists for Kids to donate $37,000 to help Metro West families pay for youth hockey. Get details now at avidiabank.com/Team Bergeron.
So an even 9 minutes to go here in the second period. Washington leading 2-1, and now they start the power play. Their second of the game. Minute 28 left on that as they drop the puck at center ice. Capitals will start from their own zone here with Carlson leaving the puck. Strome passes off toward the right for Dubois. Wilson got it into the Bruins zone. Dubois wraps it around to the far side. Ovechkin along the hash marks against Beecher. Dubois now in the left corner. Back for Ovechkin, who has to settle the puck out near the blue line. Gives over to Carlson, right side. They work it around to Carlson, over to Ovechkin, a one-timer. Swayman sliding to his right, made that save, and the Bruins will clear the rebound And it goes out of play.
You know what? It's funny to watch Ovechkin on a power play because he barely moves. He doesn't. I mean, he's never at full speed. When they go back to get a puck inside their own zone, he just stays out by the far blue line.
Right.
He doesn't get the puck until they're deep in the zone. And he barely moves. I'm just keying on him the whole time. And then he's open.
I mean, Joe Sacco talked about that yesterday. He said, he's been handling penalty kills in this league for a long time as an assistant coach. And it gives you nightmares because he always finds a way. Dubois tried to backhand one across for him. That one blocked, and the Bruins will clear it. 35 seconds left in the Washington power play. Strome from his own blue line. Skating up toward the far side. Dumps it in around Swayman. It comes to the near wall. Get back down low. They get it back toward Carlson, but it'll get past him and back toward the Washington end. Bruins will change up some of their penalty killers here with 7:45 to go in the second. Carlson plays it off the far boards for Strome. Cutting out into neutral ice. Moving to his right, coming across the line. Puck rode up on him. He's able to keep it moving forward. Get it to Chychrun. Pastrnak comes out of the box to even things up. Chychrun moving toward the high slot. Pastrnak coming back from behind him. Able to win that puck. And now a 2-on-1 turning into a potential 3-on-1. Pastrnak down the right circle in front. And Lauko couldn't direct it home.
Brown was there too.
Our side, Jokiharju holds into the line. Chychrun, nice play to take a pass away from Pastrnak in the corner and get it out. Wotherspoon will get it back to Brown. And deep it goes. Pastrnak in the near corner. Sandin able to wrap it to the far side and lift it out of the zone with the backhand by Dowd. Mitchell hustling back just ahead of Leonard. Lohrei finds Middlestat. The Bruins step forward. Middlestat across the Washington line. Looking to deal off. Does to Husnudinov. Now back to Mitchell with the blue line. His shot blocked off the leg of Duhaime and all the way back down into Boston territory as the two of them race all the way back there. Duhaime able to spin Mitchell off into the boards. And now it's Eller to try to keep the puck alive here for Washington. From the far circle, a backhander. Broke off the end of the glove of Swayman. And Lohrei plays to Middlestat, who works his way out into the neutral ice. Loaded forward here with help from Lettieri. Very trying to stop Middlestat in the near corner. Leonard, give away, peek, fired it off the end boards, came out in front, and a chance for Husnudinov and a glove save by Lindgren. Timeout here with 6:02 to go in the second period. Washington 2 and the Bruins 1 here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hey, it's Zoe. The football offseason is here, and that means it's time to revamp our team's roster. It's also time to revamp your technology and IT systems with Oakers Technologies. Oakers has a history of shaping the future for over 100 years. They made their clients future ready to meet their ever-evolving needs. They're a New England company that gets it, delivering the attention of a local team with the skill to be your single-source IT partner. From full IT infrastructure rebuilds to your everyday AV upgrades, Oakers Technologies makes it easy to be future ready. Visit okers.com.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ocean State Job Lot has a special offer for all shoppers who wear shoes. Department store footwear that sells for an average of $100 each sells at Job Lot for $25. How do we know? We get them from the famous department stores and they tell us. Listen up and get the shoes for free. Buy 2 pairs, a $200 value for $50. We'll give you $50 back as a crazy deal gift card. $200 worth of shoes for free? Now that's crazy. Nothing beats inflation better than shopping for free.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
Vinny Lettieri's goal, assisted by Marat Husnudinov, is our delivery of the game, delivered by Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train. Electrical contractors, get on board the GCE Night Train. Order your materials to be delivered overnight to the job site the following morning and save time and money. Go to gcenighttrain.com to order.
That chance for Usnadinov is a good opportunity, but it's another really good pass from Middlestat. This time a backhand pass as he takes it off the back wall.
Got the Bruins back within one here with 6:02 to go in the second, trailing 2-1. As Lohrei from the blue line has his shot deflected up and out of play into the netting. In behind Charlie Lindgren, who has faced 9 Bruin shots on goal so far in this one. Came in with a record of 16, 12, and 3, 265 goals against, and a .900 save percentage. As Middlestat gets a takeaway in the near corner of the Washington zone. They help it back to Lohrei, stepping in from the point. Got it to Lettieri from the left touch. Took the shot. Lindgren knocked it down with a glove and then covers it.
Fans, hockey season's the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. And remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
That shot, I believe, was Vinny Lettieri's 5th shot of the night so far.
It might all be in this period.
Out of 10 for the Bruins in the game. Sacco will come out to take this draw along with Geekie and Pastrnak. Face-off win by Washington. Puck pulled behind the net. Sandin. Come back across the ice. Carlson will deal it forward. McMichael directs that in. Swayman tried to leave it alongside the net, and it was taken away, and then he had to make a save off of the turnover.
Yeah, he wants to get it before it gets over the goal line, right?
Right.
So he tries to play that puck. He thinks he's got support coming back, and Jokiharju was going to the far corner that time, and that allowed Dowd to get right in there and be first on the puck. So a little miscommunication and a little misplay by Swayman. But I mean, Jokiharju was expecting Swayman to stop that puck and then go back behind the net with it to him in the far corner.
Carlson tried a shot blocked by Viel. Now on the near circle, battle for it. Comes to Duhaime for a shot from in tight, and Swayman covers that one up.
He had to make a couple tricky saves here. Duhaime with a good chance. Duhaime had the assist on the shorthanded goal by Dowd. That's part of their fourth line right now. That Dowd's an important player for them. And Duhaime can add a lot of energy, some grit, that penalty killing, but Dowd's going to kind of a defensive centerman.
That goal earlier tonight, his 13th, ties a career high. Chychrun shoots one wide of Swayman.
Here we go.
And we got a fight out at center ice. Viel and Dylan McElrath as they square up at the blue line. Viel lands a left and now switches back to the right. McElrath trying to hold him off at arm's length. Fires a couple rights of his own. They twist around. And Viel switches back to a left and now goes back to a right again. Has his helmet taken off by McElrath. Still able to get one in there. And McElrath's helmet goes flying as they continue to joust out near the blue line here. Both guys with jabs. McElrath waving off the official. Trying to let this one continue. Throws a bomb over right that came up short. Then lands one, and Viel landed one in return. McElrath trying under and over, and now Viel with a couple of rights over the top. McElrath with a right. Viel pushing off of the glass, getting back into some open ice here. And the officials will finally jump in after a spirited bout and a smile on the face of Jeffrey Viel.
Now, I thought it might happen earlier in the game. These guys probably know each other pretty well from the American Hockey League. McElrath's been around for a while. He's a much bigger guy than Viel. Viel, we've seen to be legit tough. We saw him go earlier this season against Columbus. That was a long bout right there. That is tiring.
Yeah, they're going to need that 5 minutes to catch their breath. Wes McCauley gives it a little bit of extra oomph on the Fighting Majors.
I mean, he's given up a ton of size. Viel is.
And McElrath is 6'5", 232 pounds. Viel is listed at 6'2", 205. talking to Jacob Lauko yesterday after practice about his fight that he had the other night in Detroit. And you had mentioned it at the time, how much size he was giving up. And he joked, he said, when I talked to him about potentially going before the face-off, he was bent over. I didn't see how big he really was until we squared off.
Yeah, and we talked about that if Watson had kind of initiated that thing, then there should have been an answer by somebody from the Bruins, you know, because it's that's out of Lauko's weight class there, but I think
Lauko said he wanted it.
Yeah.
He was asking Watson, not the other way around.
So that's
look around the far boards, and here is Pete.
Big difference there, you know, in reaction after it.
The neutral ice. Strome's got it for the Capitals. Whips it across the far side. Leonard inside the Boston zone. Had it knocked off his stick by Koepke. Beecher coming back through neutral ice, trying to get around Chychrun. Gets off the shot, and the rebound kicked out in front. And Koepke puts the backhander just wide.
Going to call a penalty on Chychrun for slashing.
Zadorov to Lauko. Swayman getting to the bench for the extra skater is a one-timer blocked and goes out of play. And with 4:35 to go here in the second.
Be a holding. I didn't see much there. But Beecher, that's what you want to see from Beecher, that speed that, you know, when it's on display, he makes a difference. I think he does it nearly enough.
Chychrun arguing as he goes to the box, but he'll get the holding minor. Bruins to the power play, trailing 2-1 with 4:35 to go here in the second. On the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club, politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize, and turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
You manage your business, we'll manage your finances. With Navigant Credit Union's cash management services, you'll boost efficiency and enhance performance. From collections to disbursements, it's the expertise you didn't know you needed. Try Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
4:35 to go here in the second period. Washington has a 2-1 lead. Bruins about to go to the power play as Jacob Chychrun whistled off for holding Johnny Beecher. Just looking at the replay. You said it before the break. There was not a lot there.
Oh.
But
he had a free hand on his hip, but for a second.
Third power play of the game here for the Bruins. First two have been cut short by penalties.
But if you're chasing, you get your free hand. I mean, it's, you know, he got beat. Chychrun wasn't happy about it. Beecher got a good chance, but talk about that speed with him. If he uses it more, he can be so much more effective.
Around behind the Washington net. Kept alive along the far circle. Here's a drive by Mitchell, and that one.
Yeah, interesting starting this unit, you know.
Rookie Haru along the near side boards, battling with Duhaime. Puck will be cleared by Carlson all the way down ice. Minute 24 to go on the man advantage. Just under 4 minutes to play here in the second period. Mitchell, Sacco, quickly along for Lettieri. Back to Sacco, moving in toward the left circle. Around the boards it goes to Husnudinov on the far wall. Try to backhand toward the corner. That's taken away, and the Caps will bring it out. As a pass angled across the ice, Wilson catches up with it, got it right back in front, and a stop made by Swayman as Protas had the chance shorthanded. Here's Van Riemsdyk right back into the Boston zone. Here's Wilson moving in. That one deflected and swept out of the crease by Swayman. Shorthanded opportunities for the Capitals, who already have one shorty tonight.
Yeah, two good chances. A good pass from Wilson. Wilson and Protas combining on that one opportunity.
Pastrnak will play it in wide of the Capitals net off the near boards. Middlestad able to knock it out of the air, kept alive at the blue line. Geeky top of the left circle. Over to Lohrei, puts one toward the net, goes up and over. Geeky right back to Lohrei, center of the blue line. Middlestad right circle. Back up top, Lohrei to the left circle. Geeky fires in front, and it scores! Deflected in from right in front of the crease, and the Bruins have tied it at 2.
Yeah, this goal will go to Geeky, I believe. Or Pastrnak, actually. He's got Geeky with the fake shot from the left wing side. And it's going to be a slap pass. He's looking back door. And he's got a couple bodies there. And Pastrnak, who's probably been a little frustrated tonight, a couple of mistakes he's made. Took the penalty there in the last 2 power plays that they've had. But he's able to deposit this one. You got Lindholm occupying Karlsson in front. What a pass from Geeky on that left wing circle. Talked about the pass that Pastrnak made to Geeky last game. Reverse rolls this time. The slap pass by Geeky. One-timer from that left wing circle. Right on the stick of Pastrnak back door. You go back down to a couple of the saves that Jeremy Swayman made in tight, short-handed during the first portion of this power play.
So David Pastrnak ties it at 2, his 36th of the season. And the puck into the Washington zone. Koepke takes one away in the near corner, steps behind the net. This is a step ahead of Karlsson, tried to swing it in front. Lauko forced back into the corner by Dubois. Back to Zadorov at the point. His shot blocked by McMichael, who's got the puck on his stick from the near circle. Tries to turn it back toward the wall. Karlsson will deal it out. Chychrun back to McMichael coming into the Boston zone. Got held up by Zadorov, and then Dubois trying to force one to the net. That's taken away. Zadorov will bring the Bruins back up ice. Skating in across the line, down the left circle. Throws it in front. Lindholm was there, but Lindgren got a stick on it. Zadorov goes hard into the far corner against Dubois. Puck came out in front of the net. And McMichael off the near boards looking for Ovechkin. Batted aside by Wotherspoon. Lifted on into the Bruins zone now by Chychrun. And Washington changing with 1:45 to go here in the period. Usnadinov gets it out of the zone for Lettieri. Peak off the far board, Karam. Plays it in past Ferravari. Took a hit for his trouble. And Riemsdyk reversed it back behind the net, but taken away, and a chance out in front. Middlestad couldn't get a stick on Lettieri's pass. Usnadinov, far circle. Brings back out toward the blue line. Deals across for Peak for a one-timer. Saved by Lindgren. He gets the whistle. Puck was free, but the referee from the far side couldn't see that.
No, he's got too many bodies in front of him, and Lindgren's reacting like he has the puck. He didn't realize it had fallen right in front of his right pad. That line again, right? That line 5-on-5 has been excellent this period. That time that puck was centered for Middlestad. He just couldn't catch up with it, or might have had his stick bothered. But winning battles down low with their quickness, rotate it low to high, get that shot away.
1:22 to go here in the period of a tie game. And an offensive zone faceoff for Sacco coming up here. Crowd buzzing as they see the replay of that loose puck, but again, the official screened out from that. Is in the far corner, and the puck was on the near side pad. And Japani gets one to Ferravari in between the circles. He'll pivot back in behind his net, chased by Pastrnak. Up the far boards, and no icing. Swayman had his arm up, thought it would be. Instead, Lohrei going to play it back through the neutral zone, trying to get the long pass ahead of Pastrnak. They turn over. Wilson will skate it in across the Boston line, surrounded by black sweaters, gives it up. Mangiapane has his shot blocked by Lohrei, and it goes up into the netting.
Wilson gets a little space out there, doesn't he? He's just kind of standing still. Nobody was coming near him, so I'll skate the puck in then.
Yeah, he's ended up, kind of surrounded 1-on-4, but, had some space still to move that puck. Face off in the defensive zone here for Boston with 52.2 to go in the period. Bruins have been able to fight back from a 2-0 deficit after one. Get this game tied. Puck comes in on Swayman off of the face-off, and he's going to cover that up, so it'll be another face-off to his left. Bruins have outshot Washington 9-6 in the period so far. Beecher wins the draw. Zadorov lobs one high into the air out at center ice. Comes bouncing through Chychrun. Kepke chasing into the far corner. Puts a hit on Chychrun, but around the near boards it comes with Protas kicking it onto the stick of Dubois. Left side, here's Ovechkin. Back for Dubois coming down that left circle. But batted away by Zadorov. And then an errant pass is going to go all the way back down toward the Washington zone. And Chychrun will skate back to get it again with 23 seconds left in the period. Brought out into the neutral ice. Right side pass, Carlson just across the line. Near side circle, Protas. Lost it to Jokiharju. Lifted out of the zone by Zadorov. And Chychrun is going to let that one go for an icing, but it had a little backspin on it. And that should do it for period number 2. So the Bruins able to tie things up on goals by Vinny Lettieri and David Pastrnak. And it's a 2-2 game as they head to the locker room for the second intermission. We'll be back with more from TD Garden coming up on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You've been hitting the gym, taking the stairs, and running that extra mile. But did you know that improving your health is also a step toward lower life insurance rates? At SelectQuote, we make sure you're rewarded for your healthy lifestyle. For 40 years, we've helped more than 2 million customers secure over $700 billion in life insurance coverage. And our healthiest customers are covered by the time they hang up with an experienced licensed insurance agent. That's right. Qualifying customers can get up to $5 million in life insurance with no medical exam required. A medical exam can add weeks onto the approval process for life insurance, but our exclusive no medical exam policy ensures you're covered by the time you hang up. Plus, many policies are less than $1 per day. Being fit doesn't just feel good, it pays off. See what you could save on life insurance with SelectQuote. Go to SelectQuote.com for your free quote today. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger. Because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You manage your business, we'll manage your finances. With Navigant Credit Union's cash management services, you'll boost efficiency and enhance performance. From collections to disbursements, it's the expertise you didn't know you needed. Try Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Spring nursing graduates, join Brown University Health for our hiring event on April 9th from 12 to 5 p.m. at the Rhode Island Nursing Education Center in Providence. We're interviewing for full and part-time positions, all shifts. Tap to register.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Right back to Lori, center of the blue line. Middlestat right serve. Back up top, Lori. To the left circle, Kiki fires in front, and it scores! Deflected in from right in front of the crease, and the Bruins have tied it at 2. And it was David Pastrnak who got the stick on that to even things up. Our amazing play presented by Timberline Construction, providing truly exceptional service in construction management, pre-construction, design, build, and due diligence support. Learn more at timberlineconstruction.com. Timberline Construction, exceptional, no exceptions. 2-2 is our score as we hit the second intermission here tonight at TD Garden, and the Bruins down 2-0 after one, able to battle back and not only get that goal from Pastrnak there, but got one from Vinny Lettieri as well, as that line's been good tonight.
Especially in the second period. Lettieri had one shot in the first. He had four more in the second. He had a couple opportunities, and he ends up burying one of them. Ustinov had a good chance as well. Middlestad's been setting them up. He's done a nice job of that offensive end. They've had good chemistry here today, especially in the second period. The Bruins generated some really good looks. That line specifically generated some really good looks. Now, down the other end, the Bruins, and in this game, they've given up a few too many odd man rushes. Some of them coming while the Bruins have been on the power play. It was good to get that answer on the Pastrnak goal and a perfect feed from Geekie. But, they've been a little bit loose when they've had the man advantage and given Washington a couple of these odd man rushes. A couple have been broken up, and a couple of saves that are made by Jeremy Swayman.
Yeah, we've talked about it during the course of the road trip, that basically almost all the scoring of late has come from Pastrnak and Geekie. Sacco involved in those goals as well, as those three have mostly played together. But, trying to find some scoring a little bit further down the list, it's been good to see that line get going here tonight. And provide a little bit more of an offensive lift than we've seen from most of the rest of the lineup here in recent weeks.
Ustinov, we're still learning about. Lettieri, we know a little bit more about just because he's been around longer. He's a point per game in the American Hockey League. So, he knows what to do around the net. He knows what to do in the offensive end. Middlestad's the guy that's got to drive the line, though, right? I mean, he's when you talk about players on lines, that who drives that line, and I think Middlestad's got to be that guy. He's the playmaker, he's the centerman, and there's wingers that can drive a line too. Don't get me wrong, but I think that line specifically, Middlestad has to be the guy that, if he's going to be a pass-first guy, then you got to win battles to get them, and he's really had it kind of going today. I thought he should have had an assist on the goal that was scored by Lettieri. They didn't give him the assist, but. He was in the right place, sealing off the boards. And it's right after he had made a couple really nice looks to Lettieri for good chances. So that's what they're looking for from Middlestad. Somebody that can generate offense, somebody that can, you're gonna be patient with him at the other end of the ice, while he kind of gets used to a new system. And it is a new system, and the centerman gets a lot of responsibility in that D zone. It's usually the centerman. Sometimes it's the first winger back or first forward back. But the centerman is generally the guy down low, and that guy, they rely heavily on that player. So it takes a little while for some new guys to kind of get used to the way that the Bruins play in that D zone. But offensively, that's where you can let your skill take over. There's systems, and then there's also ad-libbing, and letting your skill take over to create. And that's what he's capable of doing. We're seeing it a lot more here today. Seeing it more consistently today than we've seen it, maybe since he's been here. I know he's got some points in those first few games when he's here, but you're really seeing it here.
Bruins get a power play goal in that period as well after they had given up a shorthanded goal in the first period. And then Jeremy Swayman came up big. Remember that if the Bruins end up going on to win this game, those saves on those shorthanded opportunities in the second period, this could be a totally different game.
Yeah, like I was saying, it was you forget about some of the saves that Swayman makes in that second period because all of a sudden you tie the game. But Protas has a great chance. There was a couple of others. Wilson had a really good look coming in. So there was some. I think the Bruins were the better team that period, but Swayman bailed them on a couple as well. And he got. Anytime you make a save on Ovechkin, it's a big deal too. I mean, Ovechkin had the one-timer from the left wing side during a power play sequence, and Swayman got over there to make the save. And we should mention, as well. I don't know if it has any bearing or not, but. Sometimes a good fight gets people a little bit going. It had been a pretty quiet game, hitting-wise. There have been a couple of hits. Ryan Leonard from making his debut had a big hit on Viel, actually, in the first period, right at center ice. But good, clean hit. But for McElrath and then Viel to go at it, Viel gives away a few inches and a lot of pounds there against McElrath, but he's tough. He doesn't back down from anybody. McElrath's a big guy, tough guy. When they went to commercial timeout, it was one player after another coming over to kind of give Viel a little stick taps, and the Capitals did the same thing because there was a long bout. There was a lot of punches thrown. It was a long bout, and both teams appreciative of what their teammates did there.
Yeah, two guys who know their roles and did it very well in that second period. Bruins and Capitals tied at 2. Time now for our music of the game, brought to you by Live Nation. Jason Aldean and Brooks and Dunn together for one night only, live at Fenway Park, Friday, May 30th. Get tickets now at livenation.com. We'll get a check of the headlines next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
For period protection you can put on and forget about, nothing beats Knix leak-proof underwear. North America's #1 leak-proof underwear brand. Let's face it, life can be unpredictable, but your leak-proof underwear shouldn't be. That's why millions of people choose Knix. For periods, for light leaks, for everyday freshness. Knix undies are super comfy, super absorbent, and made to handle whatever your day throws at you. Day 2 of your period? Covered. Your daily run? No problem. That big sneeze? You know the one. Yep, we've got you. And with styles like bikinis, boy shorts, thongs, and high-rise, plus sizes from extra small to 4XL, Knix makes it easy to find your perfect fit. Say goodbye to stress and leaks, and say hello to undies that work just as hard as you do, no matter the leak. Find the style and level of protection you want at Knix.com and use code FLOW15 for 15% off. That's KNIX.com, code FLOW15 for 15% off. Knix, for your leaks, for your life.
This is the sale you've been waiting for. The Macy's Spring VIP sale is here. Exclusive savings on the season's most loved brands, with an extra 30% off Avec Les Filles, Karl Lagerfeld, DKNY, and more. Plus, get 15% off beauty essentials from MAC, Armani Beauty, and too many others to mention. So get to the Macy's Spring VIP sale now and shop brands you love at prices you'll love even more. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
You manage your business, we'll manage your finances. With Navigant Credit Union's cash management services, you'll boost efficiency and enhance performance. From collections to disbursements, it's the expertise you didn't know you needed. Try Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Felger and Maz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, NHL scoreboard. After 2 periods, Panthers lead Montreal 2-1. Buffalo, they have a 3-1 lead on Ottawa. The Columbus Blue Jackets have 7 goals. They lead Nashville 7-3. 3 goals in the first, 4 in the second period. Still another one to go in that one. Tampa Bay, they have a 3-1 lead over the Islanders midway through the second, and after 1 period, no score between the Blues and Red Wings, and just a few other games on tap for tonight. Calgary, they travel to Utah, while Vegas, they host Edmonton. It's the Sharks and Ducks in Anaheim at 10 o'clock, and then the late night game, the Kings, they host Winnipeg. Patriots owner Robert Kraft spoke at the annual meetings today, saying the last 2 seasons have been his worst tenure. Bill Parcells will be added to the Patriots Hall of Fame as a contributor. Some NFL rule changes, new overtime rules will see both teams have a possession, and replay will now have camera-based technology. And Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla named Eastern Conference Coach of the Month. It is the 4th time he has received that honor. Bruins Authentics auctioning the final set of Centennial Game jerseys. Place your bids to take home a team-issued Centennial Game jersey the players wore at the exclusive all-team event on January 20th. Visit BostonBruinsAuthentics.com to place your bids today. The auction runs through Tuesday, April 8th at 10 p.m. I'm Joe Murray. Third period's next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done fast.
With a huge variety of metals in stock, we can help no matter what job comes your way. And all it takes is a few clicks. We make buying metal online easy so you can spend less time shopping and more time getting things done. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Place an order online today at metalsupermarkets.com.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You've been hitting the gym, taking the stairs, and running that extra mile. But did you know that improving your health is also a step toward lower life insurance rates? At SelectQuote, we make sure you're rewarded for your healthy lifestyle. For 40 years, we've helped more than 2 million customers secure over $700 billion in life insurance coverage. And our healthiest customers are covered by the time they hang up with an experienced licensed insurance agent. That's right. Qualifying customers can get up to $5 million in life insurance with no medical exam required. A medical exam can add weeks onto the approval process for life insurance, but our exclusive no medical exam policy ensures you're covered by the time you hang up. Plus, many policies are less than $1 per day. Being fit doesn't just feel good, it pays off. See what you could save on life insurance with SelectQuote. Go to SelectQuote.com for your free quote today. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
It's time to start a healthy relationship with your money. With Navigant Credit Union, there are no hidden fees, great interest rates, and support that puts you first. Make the switch today. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What you do with your MBA matters, and so does choosing where you earn it. At the Eisenberg School of Management, you'll gain the skills, experience, and connections needed to excel in a rapidly evolving business world. And whether you choose to learn in the classroom, online, or somewhere in between, it all starts right here at Eisenberg. Learn more at eisenberg.umass.edu.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5, the Sports Hub. The media group station. This is a black and gold flashback.
Molesky with the drive here. Save Elliott, rebound score! David Krejci on the rebound in front. Tucks it in. And the Bruins have grabbed a 2-1 lead. Krug out top. Here's Krejci with a wrist shot. He scores! No doubt about that one as Krejci goes off the post and in to make it 5-2.
Tonight's Black and Gold Flashback takes us back to this date, April 1st, 2016. David Krejci tying a career best with 2 goals and 2 assists as the Bruins got the win in St. Louis over the Blues by the final score of 6-5. Well, here at TD Garden, we are tied at 2 heading into the third period. Bruins trailed at 2-0 after 1. Shorthanded goal by Nick Dowd from Brandon Duhaime at 13:32 of the first. And then a power play goal by Alex Ovechkin, his 38th of the year, and the 891st of his career, set up by Dylan Strome and John Carlson at 15:43. But in the second period, Vinny Lettieri scored from Murat Husnudinov. Lettieri's third in the NHL this season at 6:05. That at even strength, and then a power play goal by David Pastrnak, set up by Morgan Geekie and Mason Lohrei at 17:12, as this game even at 2 goals apiece. Shots in the second period were 9-6 in favor of the Bruins. 2 period totals are 17-13 Washington. And Boston will be going from left to right as we start the third period. Sacco wins the opening face-off. It'll come back to Wotherspoon. Peek up the near side. Tipped ahead by Pastrnak. And a foot race for it in the Washington zone. But it'll end up an icing here against Boston. Bruins need to win a period to try and snap an 8-game losing streak.
Well, it goes back to what we talked about at the beginning, pregame show. You know, saying that, look, they've been in games. They've been, you know, for different periods of games, they've been in them, and they've had opportunities to finish them out the right way, and they let them get away from them. Today they get down 2-0. They stick with it. They battle back. They get a couple goals in the second period, but now you got a tie game going into the third.
Free puck comes to Pastrnak through neutral ice, across the line, flips it in front for Geekie, who got angled away from the net by Carlson.
That was close to offsides. But finish this thing the right way, right?
There's a turnover, and Pastrnak put it just wide on the glove side. It came back out in front off of Sacco, and forcing Lindgren to make a stop. Now back come the Capitals the other way. Puck just behind Leonard off the feed from Strome.
He was in if that puck is there for him. It's kind of a bouncing puck.
Wotherspoon to the red line, dumps it back in. Off the back of Lindgren's net. Trevor Van Riemsdyk retrieves there. And into this third period. Duhaime brings it forward, sends off to the right circle, and a blast by Dowd is gobbled up by Swayman.
Good feed there. I think that was Duhaime again, getting that puck over for Dowd on the right side. But a couple good chances. One by Pastrnak. Lets this shot go. And you can tell if Lindgren got a piece of it, if it went off the bar. It was a turnover by the Capitals. Off the shoulder.
And off the bar.
And off the bar,
yeah.
Both.
Face off to Swayman's left here. And it's won by Beecher. Lifted out of the zone and up ice, and they'll whistle at another Bruins icing.
Fans, hockey season's the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you, and remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Well, the face-off this time will be to Swayman's right. Elias Lindholm will take the draw here against Dubois. Lindholm wins it cleanly to Zadorov, who steps in behind the Bruins net. Sends it up the far side, tipped in neutral ice by Beecher, right to Koepke, and deep it goes. Beecher hops onto the bench for a replacement. Around the near side, it'll come to Ovechkin. Tapped it out into the neutral zone. Lauko skating back ahead of Wilson. Zadorov gets it for Koepke. On in toward Lindgren, who steers it toward that far side. And out of the zone it'll come to Zadorov, and he hammers it back in from the red line. Around the near side, Chychrun redirects that puck high up into the air, bouncing down in the neutral zone. Peak backing into his own zone. Pass in the direction of Middlestat. Gets in deep. McElrath at the far corner by Lauko around the near side. And it'll be fed out of the zone by Eller. Beauvillier harassing Wotherspoon, forced a turnover on the near side circle, and back toward the blue line comes Eller. Tried to backhand it back down that circle, taken away by Wotherspoon, and volleyed back toward the Washington end. 2:15 gone here in the third period. Carlson backs it up for Ferravari behind his own net. Up the right side, directed deep by Dow. Swayman plays it away from the side of the net, picked off behind there by McMichael. Got it out to the far circle, and then Beecher able to win it back, and he's got a one-on-one here against Sandin down the left circle. He got forced to the end boards. And the Capitals come away with a puck. McMichael into the neutral ice. Duhaime down the right wing corner into the Bruins zone. Mitchell spun it up the wall, not out. Sandin with a shot. Knocked down in front. Scramble for possession. Puck goes into the far corner. Dowd will rip it back around the near side. Sandin waiting for it at the blue line. Back to Duhaime at the back of the net. Chopped away there by Laura. Near side wall. Mitchell played it through McMichael. Sandin again held it at the line. Will come back behind the Bruins net. Lori with some space here as Washington goes for a change. Brown to VL. Tipped into the Washington zone, and now the Bruins will change up.
Yes, Swayman's made some good saves in this game, but he's also had a couple of misplays with the puck, right? The chance by Dowd in the second period, and that one right there.
Vorov circles back behind the net. Pastrnak in the neutral zone gets the pass and dumps it cross ice into the far corner. Van Riemsdyk challenged by Sacco. Geekie gets in there as well. Van Riemsdyk goes down, shovels the puck with his glove right to Zadorov. Cross ice to Jokiharju, stepping down the right circle into the corner against Protas. Gave it to Pastrnak. He skates it all the way out toward the blue line himself. Now turns, throws one toward the net, blocked in front. Chychrun takes a tumble as he collided with Geekie.
Yeah, it was just like Chychrun was trying to throw the hit and kind of missed him.
Leonard in the neutral ice, shoved by Pastrnak back across his own blue line. Chychrun now from the near circle. 15:40 to go in regulation. Tie game here at TD Garden. Chychrun spins away from the forecheck of Koepke. Dubois through center ice. Left side pass, Wilson. Sends it back across the ice behind Ovechkin. Taken away by Lauko. Lauko whistles one across ice. Put it ahead by Lindholm, but cut off by McElrath. And around to the far boards it goes. Lauko hustling over there to make the play on it. Koepke in front. Lindholm had one taken away by Lindgren. And now the Capitals headed back the other direction with McElrath dumping it in.
Lindholm went into the boards awkwardly. He's getting to the bench slowly.
Here's Wilson stepping in. Put one just wide on the glove side. It came out on the other side, and Swayman had to knock it away from the near post. Ovechkin to Dubois. Off to the right circle where Pete blocks Carlson's shot and sends it up out of play.
Yep, good chance by Wilson there. Great chances at both ends, right? Lindholm in front, gets a nice pass from the left wing side that time. Good hustle play by the forwards. That's Lauko winning a battle, gets it to Koepke. Koepke gets it in front for Lindholm, and he went awkwardly into the boards as Wilson took him in, and back down the other end. Wilson gets the chance from the low slot, trying to go high glove on Swayman.
14:46 left here in regulation. And a face-off to the left of Jeremy Swayman coming up. Middlestat will take the draw against Eller. Capitals win it. Mangiapane got it back to the point. Here's Sandin stepping in for a shot, and that one knocked aside by Swayman along the near boards. It'll be Eller. Beauvillier trying to get around Mitchell. That's sealed off it. Lohrei surrounded by a pair of white sweaters. Plays it into the far corner. Middlestat's outlet pass got blocked, but he's able to regain. Then Lohrei and handcuffed a bit. Carlson's got the puck on his stick. Over to Sandin. Fired back across. And Swayman with the glove stop takes it away from Carlson.
Yeah, good look by Sandin. Carlson comes in from the right point. He's going to put this pass through the seam down into the right wing circle, and Carlson's a right shot, gets it. He's coming towards the net, and it's Swayman sprawls to his left, but he doesn't stay deep in the net. He sprawls to the left and out, and that takes away the top half of the net with his glove. By doing that, you know, Carlson wants to put it up by his ear there, but as you come out, that takes away some of the angle, and it's just a great save made by Swayman.
Mark that one down now. 14:12 to go in a tie game. Capitals win the faceoff. Sandin from the left point. Shoots one off the end wall, off the back of the net. Witherspoon holding Leonard off of it. Puck will come back to the point. Sandin again. Over to Carlson. Winds, fires. Saved by Swayman. Rebound out there. Far circle. And Strome has his shot go up over the glass out of play. 13:54 left here in the third period. 2-2 is our score on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You manage your business, we'll manage your finances. With Navigant Credit Union's cash management services, you'll boost efficiency and enhance performance. From collections to disbursements, it's the expertise you didn't know you needed. Try Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out. so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Ugh, time to tackle my to-do list.
You mean all those doctor's appointments you've been putting off?
Exactly. I think this says eye exam?
Just book one on ZocDoc. You can search all kinds of doctors by availability, specialty, location, and read reviews from real patients.
Okay, what about a primary care doc and a dermatologist?
Again, ZocDoc. Gastroenterologist next?
Nope. Brunch.
You've got options. Download the free ZocDoc app to book today.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5 thesportshub.com.
Rod Husnadinov, Morgan Geeky, Mason Lorai have all chipped in assists tonight with those feeds. The Shaws and Star Market Foundation has donated another $300 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more about feeding the puck for families at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. 13:54 left here in the third period. Bruins and Capitals are tied at 2. Faceoff will be in the defensive zone here for the Bruins. Johnny Beecher opposed by Dylan Strome. Strome wins it cleanly. Chychrun sends over to Ovechkin, a one-timer just wide on the stick side.
That setup play right off the faceoff win.
And that puck off of Chychrun goes into the Bruins bench out of play.
Ovechkin that time rotating out high into the high slot for that shot.
Ovechkin a power play goal earlier in this one. It's 38th of the year and goal number 891 for his career. So he's 3 shy of Wayne Gretzky's 894. Face off to the left of Swayman. Strome wins that, gets it back to Chychrun. Chychrun throws one that floats wide of the net, coming right down the slot. Taken by Beecher, moved out for Lindholm. Through neutral ice, Lauko cutting to the left side. Pivots away from Chychrun, sends it across ice. Yoki Harju with a long shot, and that one got in on Lindgren, who made the save and hangs on.
Both teams have generated some pretty good looks, right? I mean, Bruins had their chance. I mean, Lindholm had the best one earlier this period, a couple shifts ago. He's back out there, which is good news. He was a little shaken up.
Officials cleaning up a downed stick in behind Jeremy Swayman.
That save that Swayman made on Carlson. He's made a couple good ones today, but you're to push right to left and then out as you're almost on your stomach, but get that glove up.
Off the draw, Beauvillier will backhand it out into neutral ice. Lorai knocked it down. Bruins looking to get right back into the zone here. And Zacha to Pastrnak and swept around the boards. Duhaime couldn't get it past a pinching Lorai. Now it's volleyed out into the neutral ice. Mitchell gloved it down, but lost it over. And Duhaime from the right circle, a shot. And Swayman got that one all the way.
That one's right into the spoke B. Those are safe. I mean, they're routine saves, but as long as there's no rebound, as long as there's no loose change around the front of the net, that should be controlled by your goaltender, and it is.
21 saves now on the night for Jeremy Swayman, with 13:03 left in this one. Middlestat will take the face-off against Dubois. Now Dubois out, so McMichael will get in there in his place. This puck comes behind the net. Wotherspoon backhanding it toward the near boards. And they get it to the blue line, and now Middlestat will find a way to carry out. Turns back. Wotherspoon to Peak, and now to Lettieri, who directs it ahead. Husnadinov will get on the forecheck against Carlson. Middlestat in the far corner, able to help tap that puck free. And a chance for Lettieri, misfired on the first one, and then the second one got blocked by Fairbury, who was trying to find his stick on the near wall. Carlson trying to push it up the boards. Middlestat is pressed up against the glass near side by Fairbury. Puck not moving in their skates. Husnadinov's in the middle of this as well. And now pulled free, and McMichael pulls it out of the zone. Pass for Dubois on the left side was disrupted. Dubois pinched against the boards by Pete. But Terry went down. Puck goes behind the net. Wilson. They'll take it to the far side. Back to McElrath for a drive. Save made by Swayman. And the rebound as well as Dubois had a chance in tight. And now Middlestad able to fight his way around McElrath to get to that puck in the neutral ice and get it deep.
Fans wanted a penalty there on McElrath, maybe for a little interference. Another good save made by Swayman. McElrath had the shot from the point, low off the pad. There's a rebound there, and he makes a second save as well.
And then played it around into the corner. It got through Mitchell. Referee got wiped out in the pursuit of the puck, and Pastrnak will bring it out into neutral ice. Lohrei dumps it cross ice out of the near corner. It comes right to Sacco. He skates it back behind the net. Got it back to Lohrei. Misfired on a one-time attempt. And Beauvillier will start the Capitals out. Gave the pass to the right side. The return pass got blocked. Still loose inside the Boston zone. Van Riemsdyk finds the handle. Throws one in toward the net. And Mangiapane got forced away from it.
A lot of white jerseys around the front of that net.
Van Riemsdyk broke his stick. Pastrnak trying to get past him. Van Riemsdyk held him up. Sacco over to Pastrnak for a one-timer from the top of the left circle. And Lindgren kicked that aside.
That's right in front of Van Riemsdyk, and where he would have had the stick, maybe blocking that pass going across. Doesn't have one. That allows Pastrnak to get that open in the left wing circle, to open for that shot.
And a puck out of play into the Washington bench here with 10:51 to go in this third period of a tie game. Both goaltenders have had to be good here in the third period.
That was Dubois battling in front that time with Peak. Dubois is a big body. He's able to locate that rebound as he's being knocked down to the ice, and Swayman gets the right pad flat against the ice. As Dubois is getting knocked down, he can't elevate that puck. He can't get it up over the pad.
Pitcher looked to have won the face-off. The whistle comes, and they'll do it again. 10:51 left. Yell's going to get in there and take the face-off this time. And he wins it. Beecher got it to Zadorov. Throws one toward the net. Hit a leg. Carlson, they'll push it up ice and kept moving forward by McMichael. Jokiharju gets over in the far circle to make a play on it. Backhanded back in his direction from Beecher. Now Brown works his way forward. VL down the right wing side. Brown with a wide angle shot. Lindgren stayed against the near post just long enough to make that save. Thrown back toward the Boston zone, but that'll go for a Washington icing.
Bruins hockey is brought to you by Timberline Construction, providing truly exceptional service in construction management, pre-construction, design, build, and due diligence support. Learn more at timberlineconstruction.com. Timberline Construction, exceptional, no exceptions.
10:23 to go here in the third, 2-2 game. Talking, including earlier in our pregame tonight, about Bruins needing to put forth that effort. Joe Sacco talked about the pride that goes into playing in this league, playing on this Bruins jersey. Hanging with one of the best teams in the league tonight. Face-off win here by Lindholm, but stolen by McMichael. Out in the high slot area. Koepke will come back and keep him from moving it forward. Peak from the red line will drive it in. McElrath in the far corner. Sends it back around toward the near side. Lindholm providing the pressure in the near corner against Alexei Protas. Puck will come free toward McElrath. He's wrestled up against the boards by Koepke. Back toward Protas near circle, shoved by Peak. Now he'll get it cleared here for Strome. Up the left side comes Leonard, and Wotherspoon able to sweep that puck off his stick. Strome out of the near corner to Protas. Back to Ferravari. Now Strome. Ferravari again. Winds, fires, save made, and the rebound off the far boards. McElrath throws it back in front, looking for Leonard. Disrupted by Lindholm. That one shot down the middle, gets blocked. You get a stick down in front, belongs to Peak. He gets handed one by Koepke. A rebound comes off the backboards, and Strome pops it in. And the Capitals grab a 3-2 lead.
Yeah, they've been peppering Swayman. Swayman's been keeping him in it here with a number of saves. This one, there's bodies in front, and this shot comes through from the point, right in the middle of the ice. And he's out at the top of his crease trying to cut down the angle, and that comes right off the back wall. And Strome is just parked off to his right. and he's able to chip it home. Nobody can gather in Strome's stick or control his stick down low, and he's the recipient taking this puck off the back wall.
24.
Peak didn't have a stick. Then he finally got one, and the Bruins, by the time they rotated back down, Strome had that split second there to push this puck past the right pad of Swayman.
24th goal of the year and 72nd point of the season. So the Bruins down one here with 9:15 to go. And they get the puck deep, but Wilson will play it right back out of the zone. Dubois coming through neutral ice. Left side, here's Ovechkin. Ovechkin sends one across. Van Riemsdyk. His shot blocked by Sacco, lost his stick on the play. He goes back to the bench. The puck comes right his way and plays it with the new stick. Forced back a little further into the Bruins zone. Zadorov lifting it up the wall. Yokiaryu keeps it tied up, and now Geekie cross ice finds Pastrnak. Pastrnak with his back to the net. Gave for Zacha, and Van Riemsdyk blocks his attempt up and out of play. We've got 8:41 to go here in the third period, and Washington's back in front. 3-2 the score on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club, politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize, and turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The new Great Wolf Lodge opening this May in Connecticut has adventures for everyone. It has a water park with a massive wave pool, a lazy river, and 13 water slides, including ones your whole family can enjoy together. But that's not all. There's a ropes course that takes family fun to new heights, several great dining options, nightly dance parties, themed wolf den suites, and actually, there's too much to list all of it here. So come experience it all and bring your pack to the new Great Wolf Lodge in Connecticut. Book now at greatwolf.com and strengthen the pack.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
8:41 left. Washington has a 3-2 lead on the strength of the goal by Dylan Strome at 10:35 of this third period. Bruins trailed 2-0 after one. Came back and tied the game at 2. And now trail by 1. Casey Middlestat will get a face-off in the offensive zone here. Off the far wall, controlled by Husnudinov. Then he got hit. And the puck comes free to Chychrun. From his own blue line. Directed forward and out of play over the glass near side.
Now Strome's, I mean, he's their leading scorer, right? He's got a couple points here today. High-end play to Alex Ovechkin for that backdoor goal in the first period on the power play, and then that one just parked in front of it. It was a good battle going on down there in Wotherspoon and Peak, and Ryan Leonard was involved there for a little while, and then Strome got to the front of the net.
This off in the neutral zone, controlled by Washington, lifted into the Bruins end here with 8:24 to go. Around the near wall, Lettieri picks it up on the fly. Skates it up to the red line. Cross ice dump into the far corner. Lorai will get there first, trying to get it in front. But it ricochets all the way back out to center. Mitchell back along with Middlestat. Now Mitchell gives to Middlestat coming out into the neutral zone. Middlestat cuts to his left around Beauvillier. Got it back across for Lettieri, and his drive sticked away. Near corner. It'll be played up for Beauvillier. Able to push it out just across the blue line. Mangiapane from the red line going to dump in behind Jeremy Swayman. He stops it. Backhands it to Zadorov. On to Jokiharju. Out of the zone it comes, but controlled by Eller. Dropped it back for Ferroviary. 7.5 to play. Mangiapane to the red line. Dumped into the near corner, wrapping all the way to the far side. Zadorov seal off Eller over there. Puck came back toward the blue line and out of Carlson's reach will trickle back toward the Boston attack zone. Washington with Beauvillier along the near circle having trouble, but Ferroviary keeps it away from the net. Now Wotherspoon kept it alive, and that one gets redirected up and out of play.
As Well Point is proud to honor our hometown heroes all season long. This week we're honoring Cheryl Pollard and Deanna Couillard from Stocklosa Middle School. To nominate someone making a difference in your community, visit 985thesportshub.com/heroes today.
7:04 left. Middlestat take this face-off in between Pastrnak and Geekie. Bar circle down to our right. Blah got it back into the corner. Carlson fired it up the wall, and they get it out. Peak back near his own blue line. From the red line, a dump in. Wilson reversed it back in behind his net for Carlson. Under pressure, Pastrnak able to take it away and backhand it right out through the top of the crease. But the Capitals steer it away. And McMichael in the neutral zone takes a hit from Middlestat. We get a whistle and hand pass, I believe.
Might have been offside on the far side.
Okay.
Wilson didn't like Middlestat finishing the hit that time, just to let him know he was there. He's been pretty quiet in that department today, the physicality part.
Not just Tom Wilson, but it was part of the reason that Joe Sacco said they might dress VL tonight, and did, because Caps are a heavy physical team. Wanted to up that quotient in the Bruins lineup tonight.
We saw it, McElrath.
Yep.
But if a guy like Wilson decides he's going to run around on a certain night, then you've got a couple guys in the Bruins lineup, but Zadorov, of course, has done it this year, and Kaslik out, so it's a big ask to have someone try to challenge Wilson in a dropping the gloves if you're not used to doing it.
Right.
But he's been quiet tonight.
Yeah.
There's been no reason for it. When I say quiet, he's a good player. He's got 30 goals.
Right.
It's not just a guy that runs around and hits people. He's a good player.
I mean, we've talked about him a lot over the years. That's one of those players that you'd love to have on your team.
Absolutely. I mean, he did some things that got himself into trouble a few times, and he deserved it. But he's someone you definitely want. I mean, he can. I don't know if people realize how good of a player he is.
Because of the attention that he got from some of those issues earlier on in his career you're talking about. As Leonard leaves one along the near boards, taken away by Middlestat. Coming through the neutral ice, and Middlestat will chip it in. Bruins will chase with 5:48 to play. Down 3-2. Puck up into the air. Off of Wilson's glove at center ice. Taken away by Lettieri. Mitchell back inside his own zone here for Boston. They're moving from left to right in this third period. Mitchell gets it to Lohrei. Cross ice dump into the near corner. Lindholm gets a hit on Chychrun behind the net. Had it briefly. Chychrun able to regain off the near boards. Ovechkin got it to Dubois through the neutral ice. Here's Wilson stepping across the line. Then one across, and it ricochets in past Swayman. And the Capitals make it a 2-goal lead with 5:14 to go. And Ovechkin headed to the bench first. May have gotten the second one here.
No,
that goes in off Mason Lohrei. He's not even in the picture.
Even in the screen. I was like, what do you... It goes in off of Lohrei. It's Wilson's goal. I don't know why Ovechkin goes through the line first, but he's not even close. That's why I said it's Van Riemsdyk coming back door. Right. Beat the crowd, got a little excited at first. They thought because he saw him going through the line first on it, but I was like, no, I don't think so.
Well, as we were just talking about Tom Wilson, he'll get his 32nd of the season here. And
it was
a 2-goal lead.
It was a 2-on-1 that formed quickly, though.
Sacco from the near face-off circle in his own zone. Long pass ahead to Geekie, just across the line onside. Pastrnak gets it from him, moving it through the high slot. Pasta to the right circle, shoots and scores. Rings it in off the far post. And the Bruins cut it right back to a 4-3 game.
Big answer here. Pastrnak had a great chance earlier this period that went off of Lindgren's shoulder and then off the bar. But this time, this is going to be off the bar, or off the post and in, I should say. Geekie carries it in, drops it off for Pastrnak over on the left side. Then he goes right to the front of the net. So there's a lot of bodies in front. And it's actually Carlson who screens his own goaltender there, and Lindgren can't see the shot coming. Pastrak's working his way from left to right across the top. Looks like he's going to take the shot initially. He doesn't. He holds it, and he pushes it one more stride in front of him. Get that shot around the forward Duhaime, who's out high. And then with all that traffic in front, Lindgren really slow to try to react on that because he didn't pick it up in time.
So Pasta's second of the game, 37th of the year, and it's a 1-goal game again with 4:35 still to play. Mangiapane sends it behind the Bruins net. Beauvillier back to the far point. Now Ferraberry near side. Back over to Carlson. Ferraberry again to the center of the blue line. Carlson, Ferraberry, and now Mangiapane. Back to Ferraberry. One-timer blocker stopped by Swayman. Here boards. Mangiapane. Grabbed by Middlestep. Back over to Carlson. Throws one in front. And ricocheted off to the near circle. Mangiapane. Down low, Eller. Trying to get it in front. Nobody can find it. Pushed back toward the near boards by Husnudinov. He got tripped up along the wall. Puck comes back across the ice, and Carlson keeps it alive. Deep to Eller. Taking it back toward that far side. Off the wall and back toward the point. Ferraberry near side. Flips it back over to Carlson. Throws it in front. Blocker stopped by Swayman. Lettieri had the rebound, but then lost it. Eller dragging it from behind. Bruins will get it out with 3:35 left. Right back in come the Capitals, but Leonard got held up, and Jokiharju's got the puck. Down by 1 with 3:23 left. Geekie gets a feed coming through neutral ice. Right side for Pastrnak. Goes down the circle and around behind the net. Centering pass looking for Zacha. Taken away by Strome. Kept alive, though, by Lohrei. Over to the far circle to Zacha. Down low to Geekie. Sent it behind the net. The Capitals will regain possession as Sandin lobs one into neutral ice. Leonard kicks it across the line. Protas over to Strome. Here's Sandin stepping into the top of the slot, and that one ended up going wide of the glove side. Sandin dealing with a fallen stick. Able to play the puck back down toward the corner with 2:50 to go. On the near board, Zacha. Passes across for Lohrei. Standing inside his own blue line. Up ice to Geekie. And across the Washington line near side. Into the corner. One back up the near wall and out. Wilson trying to fight his way past Jokiharju in the neutral ice. Zadorov retrieves the puck. 2:25 left. Long pass up the left side. Husnudinov trying to get it to Kepke coming down that circle. Here's Zadorov with a blast. That one partially blocked and then steered away from the top of the crease. Comes just outside the blue line. Zadorov floats it back across the ice. Kepke couldn't play it because they would have been offside. 2:05 to go here in regulation. Bruins down by 1. Trying to come from 2 goals down for the second time tonight. Middlestat. Here we took a big hit from Wilson coming out of the zone. Lost the puck. Wilson to Carlson to Dubois. And that one tipped up and over off of Swayman. Zadorov.
Here comes Swayman to the bench.
Extra skater coming on as Lettieri and Ferraberry collide.
Number 8 is out there for the Capitals.
Lobbed up into the air and bouncing down into the Boston zone. It will be an icing here against the Caps with 1:29 left.
Got a couple guys who've been out there a little bit for the Bruins. They might want to take a timeout in this situation. Ferraberry, you take a stick up high, something up high.
He and Lettieri came together. The Bruins with the extra attacker on, face off in the offensive zone here. Not take the timeout with minute 29 left. Elias Lindholm will get the face-off duties here against Nick Dowd. Near circle down to our right. Face-off win by the Capitals. Sandin wraps it around the far boards. Pastrnak waiting out of the blue line. Throws it in front. Tipped by Lindholm. Skimmed just wide. Middlestat off the near boards. Back across to Pastrnak. Moving into the far circle. Took the shot. Lindgren made the save on that one. Loose puck in the far circle, and it'll be helped out of the zone by Ovechkin. With 1:07 to go. Bruins will reload. Middlestat tried to leave it along the near boards. Lost it over to McMichael, who got it to Ovechkin, who fires it wide from just outside the blue line. Sacco from the far circle with 52 seconds left. Lori will skate it through neutral ice. Down the left wing side. Around the far boards it comes to the near side. Jumped up into the air. Middlestat and Lindholm both along the near boards along with Sacco. Now Geekie. Geekie's got the free puck from the near corner. Sends it around toward Lori, far side. To Pastrnak out at the right point now. Middlestat back to Pastrnak, a one-timer that just went wide on the short side. 26 seconds left. Sacco from behind the net trying to play it around the boards. Carlson cut it off. He's trying to pin it up against the glass, or against the boards rather, in the near corner. Middlestat, Lindholm, Geekie all digging in there. 12 seconds left. Time running out. Puck comes free. Geekie couldn't sweep it in front. Off the near boards. Ovechkin couldn't get it past Pastrnak. Sacco, top of the circle. 2 to go. Pastrnak, a last-second blast. Turned away. And the Capitals will hang on and win it. Valiant effort by the Bruins, but could not come from behind for the second time tonight. They will fall 4-3, their 9th consecutive loss. Back with a recap from TD Garden next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
You manage your business, we'll manage your finances. With Navigant Credit Union's cash management services, you'll boost efficiency and enhance performance. From collections to disbursements, it's the expertise you didn't know you needed. Try Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger. Because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2025 Civic or a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or HR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Sitting in the driver's seat of the all-new Nissan Kicks is like the best seat in the house. You're in the action. And with the all-new Nissan Kicks all-wheel drive, you can go find the best views. And with the 10-speaker Bose Personal Plus audio system, you can hear everything. Your new wheels await. Reimagine your ride with the reimagined all-new Nissan Kicks.
Now, Nissan offers 6 vehicles with starting manufacturer-suggested retail price under $30,000. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. Available on Nissan Altima.